Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for calling.
Spring, Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks.
All right, we're back. It's the morning after the Super Bowl. What time is it?
10 a.m. 9:36.
This shot of Pink Whitney in front of me and this 8% dipper is brought to you by the Success Lift. We'll get to that later. We were just talking about like you were in jail. Like I used to, you know, I used to love that show Locked Up Abroad. You know, it's like some fucking guys like I'm trying to bring weed into like Colombia, and the next thing you know, he's in like the worst prison like in the world.
Yes. Yeah.
There was one guy that was on, and he was like, I was like, yeah, like it was like, dude, in there was just like a free for all. It was like a town just inside of this fucking thing.
Right.
And he's like, and they had one guitar, and he's like, and I was like, I can play guitar and sing. He's like, so like the fucking leader of like the Kingpin was like, basically made him his like servant. It was like, play me music. I'm like, that would be my only hope in jail. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
would be to be like an entertainer.
So
you know
you're
what I
telling
mean?
me season 2 of Prison Break is entirely accurate, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
like
much.
it's its own town. inside
Prison
of
Break
it.
was a pretty good
I
show,
like
by the
that
way.
show, yeah.
It was a good show.
I never watched it because of the basis of the show is Prison Break. Like, how many times can you break out of prison? and
You'd be
successful?
surprised. You'd be surprised.
Like how? Like, but there was. I've
Several
never
times.
heard a bad word about the show.
No, you'd like it.
No,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good, easy watching. You know what show's good? Here's the problem I think we're entering into the world. We're in this thing where we've had so much premiere TV, Sopranos, like, you know what I mean? Like Breaking Bad. That people, I still love, and we're going to talk about Hangover movies later. I still love, like, just passable good TV. Like that Paradise show that's out. Have you watched it on Hulu?
No.
So it's got a little twist at the beginning, and people are like, the twist makes the whole show suck. I'm like, dude, this is easy watching, fun, like fucking little bit exciting, 24 style like TV. We've lost that a little bit in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything,
I agree.
Everything that I watch, I have to like pay attention to now. Like that Say Nothing show.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you finish that?
No, Tessa's coming home this weekend. We're gonna watch
I
the
didn't
rest of
finish
it.
it either.
You guys got to finish that,
excellent.
dude.
What's it called?
It's
Say Nothing?
Say Nothing.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah, it's
Hulu.
excellent.
It's about the IRA, and yeah, you're out.
It's right up my alley.
right away.
Right
He's
up my
like,
alley,
fuck
yeah.
that, I'm out. He's like, I'll watch The Sopranos again. Dude, it is fucking unbelievable. And the ending is great.
Something
You guys
happened.
wanna know what happens?
Nope.
That's
No.
sent.
Something.
I don't know.
Something happened with my Hulu, and I just kind of gave up on it.
Oh,
so I
really?
just
Oh,
kinda,
it's not working?
I don't know. It was mid episode, and I was like, it just kept fucking frogging out on me. And I was like, all right, I'll figure it out. And I just never went back to it. Yet.
Danny didn't pay the bill.
No, I
It's like
it's
something
on-
fucked up with my Hulu.
Dude, whenever I check my account and I see how many apps I pay for, I'm disgusted.
Dude,
Oh,
the
I know.
best thing that ever happened to me
It's bad.
is that I got my card got compromised, or I lost. I can't remember what happened. My card. I left my card in an ATM. There's an ATM next to my barber shop. I've done this twice there. It like holds your card,
It'll eat it, yeah.
and I'm used to like now like everyone I go to, you can just scan it, right, and then you fucking pump anything. So I left it in there twice. The first time I got there in the morning and they had it. The next day they had shredded it. So I had no fucking card for like a week because apparently Santander Bank like has a Pony Express guy making the cards. Like, so
That's crazy.
but
You can't just go and get it printed.
Dude.
I go into my bank, they print it right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't have like I have like a Spanish Latin bank and they hate me. I guess like that's how it works.
That's what it is,
Yeah.
Racist.
Very racist. So, anyways, I had during pre-COVID, I got a subscription to the Globe for work, like because I was like I could just use it for work, like to look up like projects, construction projects that are going on, do research that I never did. Right. I called the Globe, being like during COVID, being like, "Hey, I want to fucking cancel this," and like you couldn't get through to these people. You couldn't get the Globe on the phone, right?
Yeah.
If you had a fucking inside tip about like corruption at the State House, the Globe isn't answering the phone,
Yeah.
right?
They just had guys
So
there be
listen.
like, don't you fucking dare answer that.
So
phone."
best thing about losing your card is all the subscriptions that you don't want automatically just go away, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's
So
the
that
best.
was Globe, $20 a month or whatever. I couldn't get these motherfuckers on the phone. They call me every fucking day.
Now they're
like,
back, yeah.
being
They
like,
want
"Hey,
you."
what's your new card so we can update your shit?" I'm like, "Where were you in fucking 2021?"
I pay for Disney and Hulu separately. Like
isn't it a
an
package
idiot.
deal
It's
now?
a package deal.
Yeah.
But try
think I
getting
might- that
Disney
might
on
be-
the phone to fucking to transfer the account over and like boost it to a package deal. They're like, no, fuck you.
Dude.
We don't have time for you.
Dude, I'm not
I
kidding.
can't do
Dude,
it.
I do the same thing. I just thought of this. I forgot
Yeah,
they're
it's
a
a
package.
fucking
ESPN.
bundle. And ESPN.
ESPN. I did know that.
I'm paying more for those two, and I don't have ESPN than I would with the bundle.
Yeah,
But
no
Disney,
shit.
Disney doesn't answer my
Dude,
calls.
no joke, right? I'm still.
Fucking
This
Walt.
is, by the way, this is embarrassing, but it is what it is. I still have a fucking because I like when we went to the science museum when the kids were little,
Yep.
and the guy was like, "Dude, you can like just get a membership. It's the same as getting entry, and then you have OmniPass tickets and all this shit,
Yeah.
right?" So I'm like, "That's cool." And at the time, like I'm hungover as shit. I'm like, the kids are little. I'm like, "Give me whatever you need from me. Like I'll give
Yeah.
you." So it was like 150 or $200 a year.
Yeah.
And you can bring guests. At the time, like that was the shit you do when your kids are little. Like you just like you want to get out of the house, like take them to the museum, whatever. So I give them my fucking Amex, and every year, like right around like January, I'm like looking at my statement. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm still a member at the Museum of Science.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been to the Museum of Science.
Oh, you're still a member.
I'm still
Yeah.
a member.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Omni one day, I'll take you guys.
We
you should
canceled that shit. We had aquarium and Museum of Science,
We
but
had
it
the
wasn't.
aquarium.
It wasn't. We didn't use it enough.
Yeah.
You should really just bring Tom and be like, hey, Tom, we're going to the Water Cafe, and then you just show up at the fucking.
Dude, that would be actually a great skit. Would be
Yeah.
like me telling Tom we're going to the Border Cafe, but we're going someplace horrible after that. You know what I
go to
mean?
Museum of Science.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's like, we got this for free. We got to get our money's worth this year.
So last night was the Super Bowl.
was.
We had me and Al split a couple big dollar squares. We got our money back.
got our money
I haven't heard from the kid yet. He was in the wind. But dude, I think if you're a guy who runs squares, like
He's
that
like-
square is so complicated. Like this guy's like in there, like
Yeah,
he's like Will Hunting right now,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
doing an equation.
He's like the globe. He's
But
not
like
gonna
getting
answer.
money back's perfect on a big square.
It's his nickname.
I mean, obviously you want to make money, but like we
like,
weren't
sorry,
close in any other way but that reverse score change.
Yeah, no, I
So
know.
it was like you get one reverse score change. You're like you had said it at
Yeah.
the beginning. You're like we just hit one, we're getting our money back.
Yeah.
I spent way too much money on squares and only hit one square, a $5 square.
Listen, all I wanted was my money back on the $500 square. We got
Yeah.
that back.
Yeah.
I hit
No, that's
nothing.
good.
I know 3 people who I will remain nameless. One hit for 20,000, one hit for 12,000, and one hit for 40,000.
Shut the fuck up, really?
The one that hit for 40,000
We're at Encore right now. If I had done
is
that,
the richest person I've ever met. He
that's
doesn't
annoying.
need the money.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Be
Does not
nice
need
if
the
you
money.
just let us know where he was picking up
Yeah,
that
we-
money.
It's like he's very humble, but he put it on Facebook last night, and I was like, "Why are you doing this?" Like,
Yeah, so you can shut that.
I,
off.
I didn't think it was real, and then he like posted the tech. Like it could be fake because he is a ball breaker, but something tells me he's not.
Yeah.
I've seen his line of cars. I see where he lives. Like something tells me he really won 40 grand.
Yeah. Don't put the names out there. You see what happens.
So I go.
to, like,
So we're gonna give a little
business
gonna give
owners
some-
in Lynn.
Somebody their flowers real quick. Somebody actually said, "Is this guy a sponsor of the show now?" Doobie's Wings. So I go up there with Buggy, right? I look over to the left. Al's in his car. He's embarrassing. And I was gonna knock on his window to be like, "You can't park there." And he's on a podcast. Like this kid can't do more content than he can
Listen, what
possibly.
do you want me to do? Someone wanted to ask to get some Super Bowl bets on a podcast. What do you want me to
So
tell
I
you?
gotta say, so it was a Good Morning Gloucester, right?
Yeah, good morning, Gloucester.
Oh yeah, I saw the reel.
By the
I
way,
already
is
put it
he
on the
really a
story.
lobster?
Justin's
Is he really a
crazy, dude.
lobsterman?
Oh, Justin.
Is he really a lobsterman?
I think he owns a lobster, like a Pine River. Like a
Okay, so
supply
here's
company.
my problem with that.
has a couple goldfish.
He said one of his posts.
No.
I remember he was like, "Don't ask me about lobsters." Like
Yeah.
I'm like, that's your job though. So like, I think people are gonna ask you. I want to have him on. I think that's actually interesting,
I think we're gonna have him on this week. I'll let you know what his job.
dude.
actually
By the way,
is.
this fucking kid. People are actually writing into the show, being like, "We've had enough of Al and Justin. Like, we had enough of this talk."
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
and
know, I
I'm
agree.
like, I can't get invited on this show. I can't catch a cold to get on
Yeah.
that show.
I know.
But here's the thing. That guy, so you're on there. So he starts telling Justin that he's like Justin's like a slow burn. Justin's like really, first of all, he said Al's one of the funniest people in the world.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
like,
too
Jesus
much.
Christ.
Yeah, he went way too much on that.
And then he's like, Justin's, and I liked it though, because it makes Al wicked uncomfortable. I could see him like squirming in his seat. And then he's like, Justin, I thirsty thought Justin was, first of all, I told Al he couldn't say what word.
He told me I couldn't say cunt or retard.
Yeah.
He said just don't, whatever, because I asked him before, I'm like, what don't you want me to say? He's
Sure.
a little bit more PG, and it was live, so it goes stream into everything. 3 seconds into this thing, he's like, Justin, I thought you were retarded.
And by the way, when I tell you, if you watch this reel, not people aren't going to care about this, but I care about it, so deal with it. It is what it is. I'm watching it, right? And like it's like a 3-shot, so it's Al 1 shot, the guy
Yeah, I
in
saw
one.
it.
Yeah. Justin, he's like, oh, he's a slow burn. He's really sneaky, hilarious. The smile on this kid's face is like a kid. It's like me in '92 getting a Nintendo. Like you know what I mean? Like he's like like
All you
he
see is that
so
fat
bricked up.
lip sticking out.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking dying for any type of, like,
He's got fucking like
reassurance.
a yacht of mulch in his fucking
Justin
lower
is
lip.
like the biggest loser on the planet. You really should stop talking about him on this. Me too. I don't really like when you talk about me either. So all the fans that don't want you guys talking about me and Justin, I don't want it either.
Well,
So-
you made it public on your last show that you aren't gonna give us any.
did I say that?
Yeah, you were like, I'm not gonna. You're like this guy,
Absolutely.
and then you referred to me, and you're like, this guy's like 50.
By himself.
Yeah, he's by
Yeah,
himself.
by himself. What a loser
Yeah.
in his podcast. I did say that. Yeah. Meanwhile, I did one too. by
Yeah,
myself.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
By the way, you couldn't fucking stop this kid from talking. I thought it was like
You know
Schindler's
how,
List
you
the
know how
podcast.
Panuzzo jerks him off to himself while he's in the mirror.
Yeah, I
shirtless?
know, yeah.
I jerk off to my own voice.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
do.
that's what it is. Yeah. I have to admit too, like, I love myself. Like, so it's like that. I think that's a good trait, though. It's not a bad trait. You know what I mean?
Confidence is good.
Yeah, like I'll rewatch my own videos and then I jerk off to them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't know if that's weird. But
He's
I
just
do it.
jerking off to his Elf on the Shelf song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Like, oh man, this is
Christmas
so
season.
awesome. Anyway, so played at Twisted Fate on Friday. Great time. Dan Connor was there. By the way, Dan Connor's looking slim.
Is he?
Yeah, he's looking great. Him and his girl.
He texted me. So here's a funny story. He texted me.
Dan Connor's a beef guy. We know him. Dan Connor's like the size of like a fucking
Big boy.
He's like my size.
yeah, he's like your size. Yeah,
Rides a Holly.
Yeah.
He's fucking
yeah, he's a big
Wears
dude.
flannels.
sick dude.
Dixon.
He
Big Dixie guy.
texts me while he's at Twisted Fate
Yeah.
and says, "Hey, I need a 2X and a 3X." I was like, "Dude, the fucking online store is closed." I was like, "You're staring at Brendan. Ask him if he's got any sweatshirts."
Yeah, so he came up to me. He's like, Fitzy said to ask you. I'm like, we're
Yeah.
here together. Like,
Yeah, why
so
would you
I
text me?
actually, because they haven't printed yet. So I texted Joe. So I'm going to get it
I'm
done.
such a cunt sometimes. I
By the
really
way-
am, dude. I'm so miserable
Well-
sometimes. I don't know if it comes off in the chat.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah,
I
like,
like
I'm
it,
just
though.
like, I don't have time for this, Dan Connor.
I
Fuck
think-
off.
I love it. That's right.
I love Dan too. I
Dan
do.
reads, he's like, oh,
Yeah, he's like, oh, sorry.
Justin, you're cherry.
Dude,
Sorry,
I am the
Fitz.
biggest. I'm telling you right now, like I'm the biggest cunt that way. Where it's like
We're dropping
I'll
C-bomb
shine
after
my
C-bomb
fucking
today.
dude.
I
I'll
love
shine
it.
like I'll shine my light on you so hard. And the next day, you're like, they'll be like, hey, are we doing this? And I'm like, why are you fucking texting me?
don't
Like I
talk to
fucking
me.
I don't want to fucking deal with you right now. I'm the worst. Yeah. So, anyways, we went there. It was a great time. It was a regular crowd. You know, Jay McGrath.
Yeah.
Some of the Marky Berry was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Maki never misses.
Marky never misses. He was great. Also, by the way, all right. So the reason I have this facial hair, I've never had facial hair in my life, ever. Is
Coming
that I
in good?
have the worst fucking ingrown hair. Like I think I have to go to a dermatologist to get it like removed on my neck. Right? It's fucking brutal. So and Maggie's like, stop! You're always fucking with shit. Like don't like and. But Dave Panett's sister-in-law, Courtney, she's like, I like this look. She's like, gives you a little edge.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm gonna rob you, like that type of edge. You know
It
what
doesn't look bad. I busted your balls yesterday, but it doesn't look bad.
Maggie loved it, by the way. When I was like, Fitzy came in, he's like, "You gonna shave the underneath?" And you're like, he basically was saying like, "It doesn't look good." Maggie was just dying laughing. She's like, "Yeah."
It was
She's
such
like,
a subtle jab. As I was walking out the door too,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna shave that?" And I fucking closed the door. It doesn't look bad though.
it doesn't look great.
No,
It's
it
not-
doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great
right now.
It doesn't look
no.
great. But I'll tell you right now.
I think if you got that underneath, you'd be all right.
That's what I said.
You'd be all right.
You know what? Who cares though? It's like
At this point, you're 50 doing fucking podcasts by yourself.
dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're
You do look like you were in like maybe a coma for a little bit. And you
yeah.
woke
Like
up
I
out
just
of
woke
coma.
up.
Yeah.
They didn't shave me.
They didn't shave you.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
shave you.
Yeah, yeah,
Maggie
yeah.
was like, yeah, don't touch his face.
Yeah.
While he was in the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Philly.
Oh, I got a public apology to make.
For who? To who?
So I got a text last night from beginning of the game, John Dilworth, who is Ryan Hern's brother-in-law.
Yep.
And he's like, do you want to bet on the game? And this is after Philly went like 3-0 or whatever happened at the beginning. I'm like, you still want it? $50. He's like, yeah, I want it. I'm like, all right, cool. So we bet it.
He took Kansas City?
He took Philly. I took Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
He's from Philly.
Oh, all right.
So when I was like, I know some disc corkers from Philly when I did that rant on Philly,
Yep.
which is basically just lifted from Bill Burr. He was like immediately texting me. He's like, you piece of shit. Like fucking like Philly people are good people. I've never said a bad thing about Philly people. I want to just put that on the record. I don't know what people think I said last week, but Philadelphia is great people. I will say this right now. That totally like Gentile was there. So it was my buddy Paul. He's from Kansas City. Now I've been a big time Mahomes supporter, kind of, right? For New England guy. I would say I am.
Really?
Well, I just said I think he's great.
That's grosser
Yeah.
than you.
He
get.
was bad, dude. He was bad last night.
Yeah.
Oh, he was as
awesome.
bad as it gets.
I think Philly was just good. Their defense was fucking
They're
good.
great.
Yeah, it
He
was
didn't
stellar.
have a lot of time. He was scrambling. Everyone was covered.
Sacked 6 times.
Sacked, and like he couldn't do much because their defense was so good.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I talked to, we don't talk about this much on the podcast, but it used to be all the time. My buddy Jimmy from Ireland, who works with me. And it was like my best friend growing up. He's in Ireland. He's like, all I got to say is fucking like, Mahomes is not Brady. Like, he was going off this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, I watched it. He's like, they fucking stink. And I'm like, I love the fact that you're over in this weird town in Ireland and you're just like, fuck Mahomes. Like,
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't give a fuck about
What's the time difference too? Like
6 hours.
So, like behind. So
No,
was it on-
ahead. So when I call him I called him at 8 this morning. Like, that's 2:00.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Tough to wrap your head
it's like
around.
4 a.m. The game ends, right?
That's what I was.
Well,
He
yeah,
must
he
have taken
was
a
like
nap or something.
No,
Yeah.
he the only game. So he has said this like
Does he get Fox?
they get Sky Sports over there. So he said this. He's like now that like the kids and all this shit. He's like I'm not gonna stay up for the Super Bowl anymore unless the Patriots are fucking in, which they're not gonna be in. But he's like he watched the recap thing this morning. He's like I watched
Yeah.
the whole thing. He's
Yeah.
like so the only thing he stayed up for in the last like 4 years was the fucking Notre Dame game. It's a big
good
ND
guy.
gay. Did I just say ND gay?
He did,
Oh,
but that's fine.
I mean, it's kind of accurate. You know what I mean? It's kind of on point.
How about
Doobie's Wings.
How
Oh, we
about the
get it back to
halftime
Doobie's
show?
Wings.
Do you like the halftime show?
I didn't even watch it. I don't know.
I watched
It was
it.
bad.
I didn't think it was great, and everyone online is like, "If you didn't like the halftime show, you're a fucking old loser." And I'm
No,
like, I
think it
guess
was
I'm
more
a
like
fucking.
they were trying to say everyone was racist. That said they
Yeah,
didn't like
I
it.
think so too. I wasn't gonna go there, but
It's-
I think I am an old loser.
My opinion would be
racist.
if you're not allowed to not like something, maybe they shouldn't put black people in the halftime show. Because if you're gonna automatically go to it's racist that you don't like the
Yeah,
halftime
yeah, yeah.
show. I love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad spot for him. His songs aren't like,
They're not.
shanty.
They're not huge.
Yeah, they're not
so
huge.
if you don't know Kendrick, you're gonna be like, who the fuck is this?
Who
You're
the
gonna
fuck's
be-
this guy?
let's-
My mother was beside herself. She had no clue what was going on. Like, I feel like it's an older crowd that actually watched the halftime show over the younger crowd.
I
Yeah.
think we can all agree. Anything on social media, more people gave a fuck, or at least on that was like more people gave a fuck about the halftime show than the actual game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might have been just because it was a blowout, but
Yeah.
it usually happens that way.
I think
Especially,
the hype is all about the halftime show too.
Yeah, but like
and Taylor's cut to Taylor Swift.
I think they should have
But
went Lil Wayne.
Kelsey did terrible.
Lil Wayne
so they
has
hardly showed her.
songs that more people know, I think. Bigger songs.
Yeah.
With more people, you could have more
he's
features.
from New
So,
Orleans.
He's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. With that said,
Speaking-
I didn't like it because he was black.
Well,
So,
I mean,
honestly.
look. I mean, listen. We want to get real here. You know.
He looked so short too. I don't
He's
know.
a short dude.
He's a really small dude.
Yeah.
And he looked small on the stage. I don't know if it was because they had all those dancers around him.
Yeah.
But he looked tiny. And I was like,
No,
why,
he is
why don't
tiny.
you? Yeah,
And
but
he had shoes on that looked like a Cybertruck. I don't know what the fuck
yeah,
those shoes
weird.
were.
And then bell
The
bottoms.
bell bottoms
are
I was like,
wild.
dude, what are we doing here?
I didn't hate it. I will say I thought the cool part about it was like, first off, I don't think anyone has fucking loved somebody. I said this to my buddies last night. I don't think someone's ever been loved so much like Drake and hated almost immediately after this diss since like Hulk Hogan gave the leg drop and joined the NWO.
Yeah.
It like
Yeah,
it just
it
it has been a
switched.
drastic fucking.
you're right.
Drake right now is in Australia because he doesn't even want to deal
Yeah,
with
he's
this
just
country.
hiding out.
He just doesn't. He'd
Do you
rather
think it
deal
started
with
when he was
fucking-
jacking off on the internet with his huge dick?
Well, no, it started because
It wasn't even hard either. It was like this floppy thing. Did you see the video? Yeah, it was ridiculous.
it was. We were like,
Jerked
oh,
off to it.
Yeah. No, it was the floppiest thing ever. It's like it's gonna be hard here. I mean, how you send that video over? Like if you're gonna jerk it off, like
I used to when we had the Cornhole podcast, I had this whole thing where I was like, I went to Vegas for my buddy's bachelor party and with Clocky, and I bought these fucking like mirror sunglasses in the airport. This girl's like, "What kind of glasses are those?" And I'm like, "These are hard dicks." And she's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "Hard dick energy." She's like, "Isn't it big dick energy?" I'm like, "What does it matter if it's not hot? You're like, you're gonna be
no,
rocking
it's
it.
true.
If you're not
They just
rocking,
walk away.
You're not
Yeah.
rocking a stilt."
This was a stranger that you were talking to?
TSA was immediately on his ass.
Definitely a stranger. So I'm gonna tell this real quick. So I'm at the gym the other day, get my steps in, and I'm like walking around the front of where the treadmills are, and like this girl like kind of is looking at me, and I'm like, oh man, this girl's kind of cute. Married, by the way. I just want to put that out there. But like any girl looks at a guy like me who's a piece of shit, you're like, oh man, she must be really fucked up. And then you walk around and I'm like, she had a Harley Davidson sweatshirt on. And I'm like, I mean, there's no, like, when you see a girl with a Harley sweatshirt,
yeah.
like, you can't bridge that gap, a guy like me. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need I gotta get a bike. Now I gotta like go to Laconia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You're just getting slippery.
I
You
gotta-
seen some
I
stuff was going
gotta
past.
change my
I just-
whole life.
I immediately thought the opposite. I said, "Oh, now you're just gonna hold on to her on the back of her bike."
Yeah.
I mean, I was up for it.
Just don't
Like a
What?
sidecar.
Sling the guitar on the back so at least you look cool.
Yeah.
You don't look cool with a guitar over your back. You look like a loser.
Yeah, but if you're holding on to a hot chick on a Harley, it helps.
Probably, but
Right?
I think the
It's like
only
you
two
in jail.
things. Yeah. The only two
That's
things
the only thing that's going to save you when
I
you're
was-
holding on to a girl.
got me thinking. I'm like, the only two things that people have like a specific outfit for if they're into this thing is either being a bike person, like riding bike, or a golf guy. You know what I mean? Like Al busted my balls because I wore like that fucking Hilton Head fucking sweat. Alpha move, by the way. But like, if you're a golf guy, you have a whole like fucking fit that you're
Yeah, but
in all the
you're
time.
going to a fake simulator. That's where it's fucked up. That would be like this girl in a full Holly outfit at fucking Dave and Buster's on the ride.
on her pellet.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, you don't need that. You don't need the fucking chaps
She's
at
got
Dave
her-
and Buster's.
There's the best
She's
one.
got her
I'm
riding.
gonna say this right now.
She's got her riding boots on the Peloton.
I'm not a great golfer. I'm not a great golfer, but I have top 10 hands like with a wedge. And I was like, this is fake. He was getting so annoyed that I was like hitting him close. He's like, you're not really that good at golf. Which you're accurate in saying that, by the way.
I know. I could tell.
That was our first time, like just me and you together.
If
And
Mark Lewis is shooting under 80, it's a fake fucking system. He's putting up these things. I don't even know how many mulligans he's using. Like, it's getting me aggravated now because now he's like, dude, like, wait till we get out there in the springtime. I go, you're going to lose by 25 strokes. Just, you used to lose by 30. Now you might lose by 25.
So two things happen. Mako is in there all the time. So I have a membership
He's
to this
living
place.
there.
I have a membership to the simulator place, right? Mako's sponsored by them, so he's in there all the time.
Yeah.
And he's working with the fucking coach. His dad was there,
Yeah.
your uncle.
Yep.
Who's the fucking best guy in the world. I walked up to Mako the other day. I'm like, hey, how you hitting him? And he's like, I could tell it was like one of those things where like, here's what I think about
Wasn't
Mark.
his best day.
Here's what here's what I think about Mark Lewis.
He's cool.
Mark Lewis is cool. Mako, like, I think he's successful because he's like almost on the spectrum.
He's definitely.
He
on the
doesn't
spectrum
have
of some
any
sort.
like. By the way, this is a superpower. Like he doesn't have any problem like just putting himself out there doing whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, looked at me. He's like, oh, I'm hitting him pretty good. Like he's like I played golf with him like a month ago. He had no idea who the fuck I was. Guaranteed, he had no fucking clue who I was. But he's like out there and he's like he has
Probably the beard. It's like, who the fuck's this guy?
yeah, it was this drug addict.
His pepper sprays Brendan.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Wait for me, great.
He has a bad swing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
He does.
crank the ball. I watched him hit a couple. He does crank the ball. But he is dedicated to the craft right now. So you better be watching out for him in the spring. That thing, though, I'll tell you about the simulator. it like I said this. By the way, I'm playing in a. Here we go. I'm gonna blow this kid the fuck up. I'm playing in this league with John Knockel.
Yeah.
Right, he runs the league. Kid's fucking awesome. He runs. It's a great league. Marius in it.
Is he
Stevie's
in
in it.
the Success app?
Yeah.
he is? Okay, okay.
Great kid. He's gonna come on before the Masters.
Knuckle.
Start with Masters. Yeah.
Knuckle. Okay.
He's from Brockton. Awesome guy. Tommy's in here the other night. I got back from Twisted Fate, feeling no pain. Oh, by the way, yesterday we went to pick up Doobie's wings. I keep forgetting to go back to this. Doobie crushed it yesterday.
Crushed it.
Unbelievable.
Everybody was in there. Mulkey drove from Braintree,
Braintree, yeah.
right? You said it initially, you were like, his wings are so good. And I'm like, whatever. Like, yeah, great. Wings. I like wings. I'm a wings guy.
I think what you said is I don't trust Danny on any food. That's what he said to me.
No, what I said is he has project taste.
That's what you said.
Yeah,
Project taste.
yeah. Well, he'll admit that. That's not a. It's not. I'm not speaking out of school.
If I won $1 billion, dude, I'm still crushing a beefaroni.
Yeah.
Dude, those wings are so fucking good. And he was like thanking us this morning, being like, "Thanks, whatever." I'm like, dude, the proof's in the pudding. Those wings are fucking.
Yeah,
you did a video on it.
Yeah, if you had shit wings, dude, no one would be driving to you.
No, they're
I
good.
would've
No one's
went.
gonna drive an
I
hour.
had 2 cold ass wings one time from you, and I was like, these are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I knew when they
Yeah.
were gonna be hot, they were gonna
Yeah.
be unbelievable.
No one's gonna drive an hour if they're not good.
No,
Yeah.
Even if they want to support you, they're not gonna drive an
no.
hour.
So he bought a shitload of wings and fucking sold a shitload of wings, and I'm fucking happy for him. I will say this: I wonder this a little bit because I always think like it would obviously be unbelievable if Doobie had like a wing spot, right? Like School Street Foods, but
Yep.
just Doobie's wings.
Hopefully close.
But the fact that it's like infrequent does drive like the.
yes,
You know what I
would
mean?
agree.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
you're right.
I think that's true.
It
'Cause it's a
drives to
pop-up,
like
yeah.
it's like oh shit like
demand
fucking,
of it.
yeah the demand
Yeah.
of it, you know what I mean. So anyways, I get done with Twisted Fate, come back here, and I'm like drinking a beer in here, and Tommy comes back. He was at his buddy's house. Comes out here and he's like hey, you want to get UFC? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do whatever until my kids are fucking 1,000. Like I'll buy whatever they want if they're gonna sit with me and fucking hang out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like 100%. So 1,000%. Million%. So we get UFC. So he's like, Tommy's a man of few words. I've talked about that. So he's like, all of a sudden he's like, Dad, he's like, you know how like you can tell if a kid has like no taste in music? And I'm like, I didn't even know this kid listens to music. Like that's how infrequent he speaks. So
Wait till you see Kendrick tomorrow.
yeah, so he shows me his playlist. He's like, got a playlist. Essentially, it's like the Melrose High School football playlist. Like AC/DC and shit. And then like
Hype
there's
songs?
some like, then there's like some
Locker room shit?
Yeah. Kanye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you love Kanye because you're racist, obviously. That's part of the reason.
Yeah.
And he's like, my buddy, I'm not gonna blow the kid's name up, but he's like, my buddy, I looked at his playlist, he goes, it's all rap. He goes, now, a guy doesn't know music if he's just all rap. And I'm like,
New rap?
all new rap.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I'm like,
Can't
you know
trust
what?
him.
I go, it's a fair point because I like rap a lot. I'm an old school rap guy.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
I'm old.
talking fucking 90s rap.
Yeah, 90s rap. But like, I get what he's
shit.
saying, which is like, rap is limited. And like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, you know what it is? AC/DC, for example, is a great example of this. AC/DC, like Doobie's Wings, they know, how about getting just compared to AC/DC for Doobie's Wings? But they know what their lane is, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we're not doing a ballad. We're doing fucking songs that like you can do coke to at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, and fuck a hooker too. Like that's their fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I do agree with Tommy on the fact that I'm like, yeah, if a guy's just like, he doesn't have one song on his track list that has a fucking guitar in it. I'm like, all right, that's kind of like limited, you know?
I
Do you
think it
think-
goes through all aspects of life. If someone just played like one sport in fucking life, or just in general one thing that they just singularly focused on, you're a loser most likely. That's the way I look at it in any type of
So,
thing.
an example of that would be, but unless you're like the best at it of all time.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Like Tiger Woods is an example.
Yeah, but
like,
Tiger Woods was probably a huge loser until he started making money in fucking Perkins waitresses.
Yeah.
yes.
Prior
You know-
to that,
you know
Tiger
who-
Woods, everyone was making fun of him.
You know who's the opposite of that? Jordan. Because Jordan was the best at basketball, but he still fucking played baseball,
Yeah.
golfed, and gambled like a motherfucker.
So-
Jordan was the best ever.
Here's my thing about
Right?
I don't trust
agree.
anyone who doesn't have vices.
Jordan,
so if you don't have
Jordan
vices,
was
I
like
agree with you.
or that
the
you
everyman.
pretend you don't have vices, I don't trust you at all.
I agree with you.
Like
I agree with
Panuzzo.
you. Yeah.
We'll put him on that
Yeah,
list.
yeah. You have to
No,
have
he
like
does
man.
sticks.
That's
Is that
not
a
a vice.
vice? Not the way he's doing them. He's probably all like,
Yours.
Smoking like a fucking.
The way,
like Johnny Sack in The Sopranos.
the way you
with the fucking coat.
Worst cigarette smoker in the history.
the
like, how
way
is this
you
guy
do it
running
on
the
this
5
device.
families?
It's a bad place.
yeah.
And guess what? You guys are seeing 1/10 of it because my wife looks at my stories and she'd be like, "You gotta calm down. You know, you can't be having 6 cigars in a day." You know? It's just like Rifle City, just back.
Dude, but the funny is, like, I
Chain
was
smoking cigars.
I grew up. My parents have a duplex with my godparents,
Yeah.
who are Italian from Revere, by the way. Just shout out. I'm all about the Italians. By the way, I shoveled my fucking neighbor's whole thing the other day, Italian off the boat, right? Because he's going through cancer treatment. So I just want to say, like, while everybody else is like, this is anti-Italian, I'm out helping the Italians. And by the way, I was like, I texted you, I'm like, should I expect sauce or olive oil?
I'm
like,
hoping
every
he
time?
has like some dry super solder in his garage or something that he's hanging over a fucking rafter.
Or stuffed cherry peppers.
Dude,
one or the
I've
other.
told the
I
story.
need a new guy.
Yeah.
Cherry
I've told the
peppers.
story twice.
I need some.
I used
too.
to have a guy.
I did too.
I've told the story twice on the podcast. I'm gonna tell it again. I don't give a fuck. I finally got the Italian thing, but like I was sitting in this garage. It was summer. Had the door up. Josh had just left. He came over. He said he told his wife he was going to Lowe's. He just came over here and like gas like 4 minutes. He's like, I'm at Lowe's. He's like, do you think she has fucking GPS on this fucking thing? So, anyways, this
Comes
dude,
back with nothing but bear breath.
this guy pulls up in front of my neighbor's house with a fucking like a 1987 Testarossa, right?
Okay.
And it's like beautiful. And he gets out, right? And he's got the fucking tight pants. He's like 56, 57. He's got the jet black hair.
Chest
He's got
hair
the
out.
fucking sunglasses like Al's got on right now. Got a white polo that's like never seen a fucking stain.
never has.
Like he irons this thing in the morning, you know what I mean? And he gets out and he's like walks around like, what is happening out there? So I walk out and it's Gaetano, my neighbor. This guy, whoever the fuck this Italian guy was off the boat, and his other off the boat buddy. So they're all staring at this car, right? And I'm like, I got to get a piece of this action. You know what I mean? I got to see what's going on. So I go out there, and the one guy looks at me and he's like, listen, he's like, when we were kids, he's like, we dreamed about vehicles like this. He's like, and like seeing your friend have one, he goes, is unbelievable. And I'm like, let's go fucking Italy. You know what I mean? Like, let's fucking go Italy. You know, I was like, I'm all in. Like, I'll fucking love to have a Ferrari.
Why wouldn't you?
I love how Brendan just walked out there and was like, "What do you hear? What do you say?" He just like went out there. That's how I picture him, dude.
I picture him like, what's up, fellas? Big gulps, huh?
Let's go, boys. You know, we take a ride in this thing or what? You know?
Shotgun.
Yes. Anyways, also, I went to so my daughter had a volleyball tournament all weekend, Addie, in the convention center in Boston. So Friday morning, I got up at like 5, drove her in there. So I watched the whole tournament and she's on this like travel volleyball team, whatever. And 2 things happened in that thing. The first is that there was one coach for one of the other teams that like I noticed like he do this like the heart symbol.
Yeah.
So he's doing it to this girl on the court.
What?
And I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, oh,
We gotta get
it's
rid of
gotta
this
be,
guy.
it's gotta be his daughter, right? Has to be.
It has to be.
Hope so.
But then he does it to like another girl, and I'm like,
boy.
can we get a fucking watch list set up for this fucking
Yeah.
So
guy?
he wasn't giving a signal like a play signal. I don't even know.
No,
if the
this was
volleyball
just
plays,
like, I
they
fucking
have to.
love you. I love
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know
We
what I
gotta-
mean?
Like sweet ass.
And how old are they? 12?
13. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, your daughter's 13.
Yeah.
That's real creepy.
That's
wicked
wicked creepy.
Call up the Globe. I bet you they answer that call.
By the way, classic. And I know that you guys would have done the same exact thing I did. So I'm wearing this. I'm going to give a
Spotlight.
free shout out. This is called like Where's Woody is the name of this brand. So I'm walking by. I got my South Carolina hat on. The guy's like, oh, Gamecocks. I'm like, yeah. He's like, by the way, all their gear is sick. This is a free ad. And he's like chatting me up. And he's like, my son goes to NC State. And I'm like, nah, I got to buy something from this motherfucker. I have to. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this guy just fucking like chatted me up. I'm like, I have
Yeah.
to buy something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm like, then Maggie went back the next day and I'm like, get me another fucking sweatshirt from that place. Shout out, Where's Woody? That's what I'm gonna say about that.
Where's Woody?
Yeah.
That's what I say to my wife in the morning. Where's Woody?
It works like a charm.
Yeah,
right?
all the time.
Remember that time? Remember when you came to was it the Patreon party or the Ugly Sweater party? And I'm like, I was telling your wife how awesome you are, and I'm like, I'm definitely getting you laid. You're like, she's not. I'm like, yeah, it's not.
I mean, that's
That's not
It was
fucking happening.
ugly sweater.
Yeah. By
She
the
was
way,
like, yeah. She was like, that kid Brennan, he's a nice kid. He's a really nice kid. He could really use like the world's shittiest beard though. Like it would make him look so much more edgy. That's what she said when we got on.
dude, Maggie goes.
Turns the corner, he's just crushing
No,
AC/DC. It's
Yeah.
my son's playlist.
Tess was like, so Tess come home this weekend from South Carolina because she's a root canal, and she's like, I don't want that on your face when I come home. She's like,
she?
she's like, you
Yeah.
look fucking horrible. And I'm like, I like honesty in this family. That's what I respect. I respect honesty. All right, so we're gonna draft best hangover movies. Let's do a couple ads quick before we get into it. Teddy wasn't there last night. You know why? Because he's like, I got a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Teddy's out there fucking rehabbing houses, making sure that people have what they need, right? Get in bed with Ted. I always say it. You need your extension on your house, all that stuff. Like he's there for it. Teddy's the fucking man.
Official announcement: Ted is working on my house right now.
So not only is he a sponsor,
He's also a client.
he's also a client. 617-996-6827. Fitzy's going to have an awesome house, and then everybody's going to move out of it, and this is going to be huge. 617-996-6827. Get in bed with Ted. You want to do Bella's?
Yep. 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover, Bella's Roast Beef. BellasNA.com stands for North Andover, not Narcotics Anonymous. Right around the corner from Beef Madness. Harry reached out to me about the brioche.
Oh, yeah, like a new seated
fucking
brioche.
roll.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah,
good.
and he's like, "Yep, come and get it." And then we had a blizzard, and I just been making it up there. I'll be up there this week, dude. I gotta always try the new products. He's been crushing it as always. Get up there and go see him and Sandra.
American Benchcraft. We'll do that real quick, and then we'll do the rest later. American Benchcraft, Union Company, right here in New England. Best guys in the business. By the way, I'm down 2 fucking notches on that belt.
Hell yeah.
Fact.
Let's go, baby.
Despite what Panuzzo says, I'm fucking killing it. Everybody loves me. I love myself. AmericanBenchcraft.com. Use the code CORK at 20% off. We have so much gear from them now. I got the wallet. I got the belt. I got the ledger that I keep the names in.
The tool
Panuzzo's
bag?
is the tool bag. Yeah, so I can bring my fucking tools around. And dude, all this shit is fucking awesome. You know what? They're kind of like MB Fumo. I always talk about them. Like I just ordered all the cigars. They definitely like crush it with like their shit is fucking good.
It's quality.
It's awesome. It's great stuff. So check them out. By the
He
way,
needs
I
some
did.
cigar stuff. Get into them.
So
and tell
I
them.
just ordered all the MB Fuma stuff.
I bet
ordered-
they have a cigar holster
I don't think they do.
for your belt.
I think I looked.
You know what? But when we went there, they had a dip can holster. So
I
I'm
did
pretty
see that.
sure that they
You know what I
have.
mean? If you call them, I bet
would
you
make
they'll
like-
make you a
a
cigar
thing
holster.
that you could have a couple things in there. You put the lighter in,
With the Bovita.
something like that.
They would
Yeah.
do it 100%.
Sealed.
Yeah. They're the best.
so I can look official.
Yeah, the Angelini brothers, Italians.
Veteran owned.
Veteran-owned Italian people. You know, they do it. Let me ask you a question real quick. before we get into
Superstar
it.
brothers.
How do you feel about you've already been doxxed on this thing. You got 4 sandwiches at Durham, right?
Yeah.
You got the Italian, meatball,
Yep.
and then the
Mortadella.
mortadella.
Yep.
And then what's the other one?
I don't know. Did you say Italian?
I said Italian. Do 3?
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto, yeah.
Prosciutto, yeah.
How do you feel about the chopped Italian rage that's going through the world?
Okay, so I would have said this is a gimmick. And I do think it's a little bit of a gimmick. You're chopping up the salad, you're throwing it back in. Someone did make it for me that was like an Irish person.
Yeah.
They did mix it with mayo, which I know is not in his wheelhouse. Mayo and mustard.
What?
Mayo and mustard. And it was fucking delicious. 'Cause I was like, I'll try anything. I'll try anything, obviously. I do think it's a gimmick though.
So, by the way, I got
But here's the thing: it does mix well. So you now all that oil's all in the middle of it. If you're doing it,
The
just
flavor's
regular.
all there. Every
So-
Yeah,
every
it's on
bite's
every
a
bite.
perfect bite.
I'm on record.
All the flavors
I'm
are there
the
when you
biggest-
throw up too in a toilet.
Yeah,
So Panuzzo said to me, shout out Success Lift, substitute mustard for mayo.
Yeah, I won't do it.
So you know what I've been doing, Danny? You're gonna love
Yeah,
this.
you mix it together.
I got
Come in your pants.
tuna fish,
Yep.
right? A tablespoon of mayo, a
Yep.
tablespoon of Grey Poupon,
I love Greg Vaughn.
Look at
chopped
this
up,
fancy motherfucker.
chopped up bread
Celery.
and butter pickles,
Oh my fucking god!
And-
This is the worst
and-
concoction I've ever heard in my
bread
life.
and butter
And-
pickles are bad.
and-
I like
they're
the
awful.
sours.
and
Oh,
onions. chopped up in there.
Are you trying to kill someone?
My breath is awful.
Awful. Terrible.
I throw it in a fucking gluten-free wheat wrap, so it's less carbs and calories and everything, and I just crush life.
Oh, garbage.
Dude,
That sounds so bad.
So
it's
bad.
so
So
good.
listen to this.
Might as well eat the fucking
Feel
tin.
like me and Maggie were at 621 and Tommy calls. He's like, "What's for dinner?" And I'm like, "Fuck you. That's what's for dinner." But I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Oh, what do you?" Because Jersey Mike's has gluten free, so I'm like, so I got Addie a sandwich. I got him an Italian. That's what he always wants. I got the giant Italian, right?
Yeah.
Because he can eat the next day. Now I have to have him listen to him ask me what's for lunch. He calls. He goes, "What do you? How'd you order this?" So they made it, dude. They made it. They made it like a fucking Italian, but then a BLT. They made it with bacon, mayo, and fucking like on the top. He's like, this thing is fucking disgusting. If you put mayo on an Italian, that's where I
Dude,
just
that's
draw the
where I
line.
draw the line with mayo.
Some people do it. I don't get it either.
It makes no sense
It
to
makes
me.
no sense to me either.
It's that's for like.
But you maniacs are out here eating chopped Italians.
Well, no, I mean,
I
I
don't
tried
think
a
if-
chopped Italian. I wouldn't order a chopped Italian.
I think if I made a chopped Italian, there would be no mayo in it.
So what would
agree.
be in it? What would be your binder?
Oil and fucking
Yeah, oil and seasoning.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a fucking
shake is in
Italian.
oil.
So we go back and forth, but we
Italian.
should. Yeah, no, that's all it
100%,
is.
but it's
just an
chopped up
Italian.
and mixed. That's I wouldn't. I've never done it. I probably wouldn't do it.
So we have people sometimes that'll get our
mayo would not
Italian
be involved.
chopped as a salad. So it's just the whole thing.
Yep.
Just make the sub, chop it up, and throw it in a bowl for them because they're not eating bread,
And
right?
Yeah.
you don't put mayo in that.
No, we just put
Absolutely.
oil and seasoning.
Yeah.
I've
So
had
you
it because
say-
I'm like, well, let me
all right.
try this thing, and it's fucking good.
All right, so let me
chopped
ask you
like
this:
that.
you obviously you're in the business. This is what you do for a living. I would say your biggest passion of like what you do is the bread, right?
No,
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 what is it?
making money.
Let's fucking go.
No. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Because
right?
you're always like, we'll be like, oh, toasted, and you're like, toasted is the way that people hide bad bread.
It's true.
I've said it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grilled
I mean,
fucking bread.
listen.
Give me a break.
that's the
I'm with
problem.
you.
So I would love to change, society in general because people hate soft. They love soft bread because they grew up on fucking Panadosi rolls.
Yeah.
Now Panadosi rolls, they have their fucking place.
Yeah.
I love Panadosi rolls, right? I don't think they work with an Italian sub, but that's a different story.
Sure.
Fucking sausage, peppers, and onions.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Throw it
Yeah.
in a
Steak and
Panadosi
cheese.
roll.
yeah.
Yep.
Throw it in a Panadosi roll. That's fine. So yeah, I guess I am passionate about that. Like I'm probably gonna make a video for the business this week and be like, basically shitting on these people that love soft bread because they're always like, you got to offer this and stuff. Well, just ask, dude. We'll put it on a fucking softer roll for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that crazy. You know what I mean? I would love to berate you. Like, okay, you have a 30-second berating about why you shouldn't eat soft
You
bread.
should.
Then I'll make the bread. For
You should. That's like Dick's Last Resort.
Dude, you
Just
gotta
fucking
kind of.
shit
I
all
think you
over.
should lean in. I know you like to keep your
Yeah.
like social separate from, but like you should lean in. You should be like the soup Nazi of like subs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Just
mean?
get
Just
out
be
of
like,
there.
fuck you, don't eat it. You know what I mean?
Right
Like,
when they ask for soft bread, you should be like, tell me you have weak Irish teeth without telling me you have weak Irish
I
teeth.
said it. Quote. I could find the text to Kevin Meyer. Like sent the picture of before I met Al and I went there and got a sub. And he's like, that bread looks hot. And I'm like, it's a little hot on our soft Irish teeth. Like, this stuff is fucking not made for these fucking teeth. You know what I mean? Been fucking worn down by Guinness over the years.
Seamus walks in and he's like, my gums are bleeding.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? All right, so we're going to draft best hangover movies.
Can I actually give you a hypothetical that
Yes.
that I read, and I was like, I've gone back and forth on it. Let me just. I want to read it correctly so I don't fucking fuck this up.
This silence is brought to you by Bad Brain. Yeah.
Bad brain silence. Yeah, we're good at the silences. Okay, so this is for straight guys.
Wait, real
I'm
quick.
assuming all three.
Wait,
are
real
straight.
quick before you get into that. Yesterday, we meet at Doobie's Wings
Nat
Pop Up,
Bassett.
and he's there.
Yeah.
So, like, I have my second. First of all, he's like, you were kind of quiet, like, walking in. What's wrong with you? I had my second beer. I'm like, I feel like an electric factory right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad Brain, though. So he's talking about his camera setup, and he's like, but I need them to buy in. Like, if I'm going to fucking really spend this money on these cameras, I'm like, they're your cousins. Like they're not going anywhere. Like,
Yeah, but it's like kind of like the your buddy Lawrence Garino. You feel like they're not bought in, his cousins. So what's the difference? You still want the bought in, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. Straight guys, which I'm guessing you guys are, right? Imagine a genie gives your wife or girlfriend a penis for 20 minutes, her wish. So she wishes for the penis, okay? So that's the setup.
Oh, so she gets a dick
She gets
on
a
her
dick.
body. Yeah.
During that 20 minutes, she says she just wants a blowjob just to know what it's like. Would you do it? And is it gay?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I definitely blow my wife if she had a dick.
Yeah.
Like I would. And like, I've thought about this because I do have
You
this.
said that with a straight face.
I do have this overwhelming fear of like going to prison.
Yeah.
And like,
Just bring your guitar.
yeah, I just bring my guitar. But I'm like, I mean, if some guy was like, you gotta blow me or I'm gonna kill you, like I'd be like, well, I mean,
It's just skin.
it's like, dude, why? Kind of like I'd be like, all right, like I'm not getting off on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably would. Yeah.
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 It's only 20 minutes. No one
Imagine
knows
if afterwards though, she's like, you're gay, I'm done.
I just can't look at you the same.
She leaves you.
So part of me's like, half of me's like, dude, like I'll give her the best fucking blowjob ever, so she knows how to give an even better one, right? So then I'm just fucking knocking her knees down, right? Like just going full time. And then part of me's like, it's wicked gay, dude, to give a guy a blowjob. You know what I mean? Because you know,
But it's a girl.
Yeah, it's your
but it's
wife,
a chick
though.
with a dick.
What if?
I
what
know,
if?
yeah, it's tough.
What if the part of this deal was you had to look at yourself in a mirror doing it? Like you're just looking at yourself fucking licking a shaft.
I used to do
Yeah, just like,
see, so
like you get the
Yeah.
you get the replay, you get a
yeah,
slow-mo
that's not
replay.
good. You don't want that.
No.
I used to do this to my buddies. Like,
She's
I
like,
always,
damn, daddy.
I've always been also in the business.
She's like trying to hold my hair back. I don't even have hair.
I've always been in the business of like trying to make people uncomfortable with the
Yeah.
questions I ask.
Yeah.
And
That's a good one.
so like we were in like college and I asked my buddy, I'm like, dude, would you beat off Pete Rose for $100,000, right? Like right now, but nobody's gonna find out, right?
Yeah,
And he's like,
100%.
I mean, yeah, probably. And I'm like, but while you're beating him off, he's talking so dirty to you, like, and he's in his full fucking outfit. He's in the full fucking outfit. You know what I mean?
Phillies outfit,
Yeah,
whatever.
he's in
Was it
full
no Reds, right?
Reds. He's in his full Reds outfit.
Just slid home. He's all
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
filthy.
He's like,
Cincinnati
beat my,
clothes with,
he's like, yeah,
with
he's like,
dirt
beat my
stains on
dick
his
off.
knees.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, come on, beat that dick off. He's like, I got $100,000 on the Rangers tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I remember everybody's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's funny though, isn't
Something.
it? But
Hilarious.
he
Something's
didn't think,
up.
a lot of people don't think that's, like Maggie always says, she's like, just because you think it's funny doesn't mean that most people
Everyone in
think it's
this room right now thinks it's funny.
Yeah,
and
I
probably,
agree.
and probably fucking 90% of our listeners.
I
think it's
agree,
funny.
yeah. They're that fucked
that's
up.
the reason
Yeah.
why Mark Lewis didn't talk to me. One time I just cornered him at a party and I was like, dude, like right now, if you had to save your life and our cousin's life, would you fuck her? Like, and he was like, dude, I'm not answering this question. I'm like, who cares, dude? No one's gonna know. You gotta fuck your cousin. Like, wouldn't you just fuck your cousin?
Yeah.
He's like, you don't love your family. You're not gonna fuck your cousin. And she happened to be like one of the bigger cousins. Let's put it that way. He's like, no, absolutely not. That's disgusting. I'm like, come on.
But what if it was like a hotter cousin?
Imagine.
I know.
he-
Well, I
Switch.
went to that after. I
Mark
switched
would
to
do
the
it for
hotter
free.
cousin. He's
Yeah.
like, no,
It was a
dude,
hot
this is
cousin.
ridiculous.
For content.
Yeah. Imagine like back in the day, like I think you had to like fuck a cousin just to like create families.
Everyone is.
You know what I
has
mean?
been down from
Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm part of like.
That's why it was a good move for you to marry girls half Irish, because like
Yeah.
she's probably not related to you.
I know plenty of people, dude. Like, I got a girl that works for me. I don't even know if I should say this. I'm not gonna drop her name, but her parents are first cousins.
No
They
way.
found that out later.
That's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
So
That's awesome.
I'm like, well, that's why you're retarded. Makes perfect sense.
That's why you're a cashier.
Yeah.
That's the girl I tipped out $60 for my free subs.
Me too. She's killing it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a hangover movie draft. So you have talked about this a lot. I always talk about it. So here's the deal. So we got Mohan's coming on next week.
Perfect.
I don't know what we're gonna draft. We'll draft something. So
Drop
pin
that
it
kid a
down. All
fucking
right, so
sandwich.
here's my idea for St. Patty's Day show. So last year we had a fucking just a moonshot with fucking
Last year was Ginty.
Ginty. Yeah. And pinning down Ginty right now is like
Yeah, he's all over the
he's
place.
all over the place. Nashville half the time, whatever.
Kid's killing it.
So here's what I'm trying to do, and I haven't confirmed this with the guy I want to have on as a guest.
We're gonna get the Dropkick Murphys.
That would be sick. No, a little less than that.
Will Noonan.
I'm trying to get. He's coming on. I'm trying to get Ryan Ahern on. We'll play some Irish songs. Ryan knows a million Irish songs, and I also think it would be funny that people can actually finally hear Ryan Ahern's
That would be
voice.
I
cool.
know.
That
Because
would be
when
cool.
when
Yeah.
Ryan Ahern was at at Tessa's graduation party, he walked in, he was like, "Hey, Fitzy," and like Tubi goes, "Is that Ryan Ahern?" Like he was fucking nailed it right away. I think we get Ryan Ahern on. That would be fucking awesome. I'd love to have his dad on. His dad is a fucking great he'll like stop a bar and like just sing Irish songs.
Well, he did back in the
yeah,
day.
he
yeah.
did. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yep. That
At
spot.
that spot.
That spot.
Stop supporting us.
Well, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Lily P's chicken, check them out. You know what I mean?
Free shout out.
Yeah. They got too much. All right, let's go back real quick before we do the draft.
We're never doing this.
All right, so
draft.
Jake Wilcox. Jake Wilcox
Yeah.
was on the show last
Yes.
week, right? So this is actually 150. This show right now.
Okay.
150 shows.
Crazy.
And fucking Alice.
You wasted it on me, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasted a good
So
surprise on
people
you.
ask me a few times, like, what happened? Did he say something bad they wanted to
Not
take
at
it
all.
out? The kid couldn't have been the better kid that you've ever had.
He apologized 100 times.
Al asked this question offline months ago. He goes, pick one kid, one guy that's been on the show as a guest that you has to marry your daughter, but it can't be Sean O'Brien. I'm like, well, everybody else is like 50, so like it's gonna be Clocky. You know what I mean? Although Clocky would be a great brother-in-law, or a great son-in-law. Jake Wilcox was so good. The only thing he said that probably he would want to take it down is that he's like Mahomes is better than Brady. And
Oh,
we
he's
saw what
definitely
happened last
regretting
night.
that after
He
last night.
definitely should.
Yeah.
Regret
So that show should come out at some point, I think.
By the way, I'm in full troll mode to Jake Wilcox just because I know he said that. I am tagging him in every single post, and he's probably like, "Who the fuck is this
No,
kid?"
so like that's the thing about him though, right? So you meet him, he's the nicest
Yeah.
human on earth, and
You
then
can
get-
tell.
Then you get him like in his element, and he's just the biggest shit talker.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's I
Dude,
fucking
he
love him.
is. I'll say this right now. Obviously, we're huge fans of the whole Wilcox family. Somebody asked you, like, I thought it was in your nature to just like leave it up and be like, yeah, fuck off. And I'm like, I love Jake. I love Shay. Their dad could beat the brakes off me. So I'm like, so I got a bunch of reasons to fucking take this thing down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's no reason to leave that up. Like,
no. And by the way, like,
respectrespectfully asked to take it down.
Yeah,
100%. And
obviously we're
For a good
100
reason.
Yeah, 100% on board.
And like, we're not letting this like, and I get what like his agent was basically said to him like,
We got to work on some
we're gonna
things.
work whatever. So he hadn't listened to it, but
No.
but if he had listened to it, I think he would just see that it was like the most innocuous fucking appearance ever. That said, I get his agent's point. Like, there's nothing to be gained. Do you know what I mean? Like from being on here.
Correct. And he's basically saying you're not ready for press yet.
Right.
Yeah. Like
I
if-
have to coach you on things that you can say and can't say.
He-
which
by the way,
if
he doesn't need
listened to
coaching. He was fucking
That's
ideal.
what I mean. If he listened to it, he would have been like, no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, we can
skip
you know
that
what I mean?
class.
Yeah.
Probably just cut out the
But I
part
think
where
the guy-
Brendan
I think
talks
the guy-
about dildos all. for
I think the
fucking
guy went down
13
the
minutes.
reels and he's like, saw me. He was talking about strippers and AI, and he's
yeah,
like,
I
and he's
think
like,
that's-
I don't think
it's
this is a
not-
good idea.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, but it will be back up. For
sure.
It'll
It's
be
in
back
the-
up at some point.
It's in the archives.
Yeah, he's the man. So we're gonna draft hangover movies. You've talked about this. I always talk about this. I brought Brian Hearn because he always talks about this. He's like, there's nothing better than a good hangover movie. Like when you're hungover and you got to have something to pull you through. A good fucking hangover movie, and I think it has like a lot of parameters to a hangover movie. We could talk about that as we get into it. So you talk about it all the time, right?
All the time, yeah.
So like, there's definitely movies that aren't hangover movies. You know what I mean? Like that, but are great movies. You know, like
Yeah. Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is amazing. By the way, I was hungover as fuck when I saw Oppenheimer, and I took Tommy. We were at IMAX, and we were in the middle, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna die, like in this place,
Yeah.
like right now. You know what
Plus
I
a
mean?
3.5
If that
hour
movie wasn't that good, like I would have died, like in there, like I would have just thrown myself off the corner of the fucking IMAX.
We're not talking thinking movies.
No.
We're talking pure entertainment.
100%.
Just fucking something you can zone out to.
Yeah.
So I went a little different, but not like bad. I picked like 5 different when you're hungover, right? So I got like 5 movies where I got a tired movie, I got a drinking movie, I got a food movie, I got a jail movie, and I got a
Obviously, a jail movie.
and I got a fighting movie. 5 things that happened.
Are your biggest regrets the fact that you weren't in the service and that you weren't in jail?
No, service for sure. Jail, no. I can watch jail food videos all the time.
Yeah.
I love jail food. I really do. It's the best.
All
I think
right,
it's
so I'm
fucking
gonna
most
spin this
creative
thing.
shit ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin this
no,
thing.
it really is.
And we'll find out who has first. Spelled Danny wrong.
That was
That's fine.
insane. DANYY.
Listen, I'm trying to do fucking 6 things at once. All right. All right. It's like the ladies, the mayor trying to say Eagles. It's like ELGLES.
Yeah.
First pick.
Al, you got first pick.
Oh, I'm first. I'm
Yeah,
first
hold on,
overall.
hold on.
Yeah,
No.
wait a minute.
Remove. Second pick. Fitz.
Yep, make it easy.
Who's gonna get the wraparound? That's the question. I don't think we'll have a lot of crossover though. That's the thing.
I really wish we went by decade, but Fitz was being a fucking. He
Dude,
was being
you-
his little.
I
I was,
I
pointed-
was all about it.
I pointed this out.
I was very cunty.
When you
Yeah,
go,
you
da-
were.
you,
I
you
can
weren't
tell.
feeling.
He's like,
You weren't
absolutely
feeling.
not. This is crazy.
Yeah.
What a stupid idea.
I was
you
like,
got-
how dumb is this
Danny-
bullshit?
The wraparound.
You get the wraparound.
We'd have to think.
Well,
a little
that's
more.
a classic.
So my thing with that was I looked at like the 2010s.
Oh, I could give you $1 million in the 2010s.
It's wild to me. I looked at the 2010s and I was like,
2010s
there's
ain't that
no,
bad.
I don't like these movies.
All right, Al, you lead off.
Oh, first overall. I didn't really want first overall.
Well, it's too fucking bad, Bill.
Like, I know. Let me go to my list.
Life
here.
happens.
Quick.
See, so I think I got to take something that you guys are gonna take. I don't know if I want to go comedy.
Like I know
first.
I know one of the things that's gonna be on your list, but I'm not gonna take it. So I feel like I know one of them.
And now you
Once
have
you
to pick,
take it, you
just to
take
let
the
guys
whole.
know,
You take
have
the
to-
whole.
No.
Once
no,
you take it, no, you don't
No.
take the whole.
You don't
franchise?
get the whole fucking franchise.
Whoa,
you pick
whoa.
a movie, bro.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
See,
You pick
You're
a
on our
movie.
podcast.
I know.
That's how we did it.
we
No,
make the
no.
rules.
That's how we did
No,
it.
no.
We
you
make the
can't get the
rules.
whole franchise.
If you
Yes,
put,
you do.
listen,
No, you
for-
don't get the whole
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
Why
you don't.
not?
Today you do.
No, you got to
Today
pick
you
it. You
do.
got to pick it because I want to hear why that one's the best one.
No, you could still
That's
take that.
fine, you still
could
say
take
that.
Yeah,
You
go
don't
ahead.
get the whole franchise. I think that's bad.
Look at this fucking Joseph Stalin motherfucker.
I think that's bad. I don't agree
Mussolini
with that.
coming in here and
I
dictating.
don't agree with that. So now we're not doing decades. And now you get the whole fucking franchise.
All right. Well, acquiesce. You could. I don't think I'm gonna pick doubles. Doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Go ahead,
matter.
do
All
it.
right,
I
so go
have
ahead.
5 rogue fucking
ahead.
movies.
Do
He's
you
gonna
wanna
pick
go?
like
Listen,
fucking.
just to let you know, they have to pick the fucking movie. They can't just pick fucking Rocky 6 and
No,
they
no,
get
no,
every
no,
Rocky.
no. I wasn't gonna say like. Go ahead. I was gonna say, but you gotta pick the movie. But like, you can't once the franchise
I
is gone.
hate number one. I hate being number one.
This
But that's
kid.
fine.
You
All right,
heard-
all right,
you
all
heard
right.
you.
I'm gonna go comedy first.
Okay.
Even though I'm an action guy to the core, I'm gonna get the comedy out. I think there's a few comedy movies. I think there's more action movies than comedy, so I'm gonna try to get comedy out of the way. I'm gonna go super bad.
Let's go.
Great one.
Give me super bad. Probably
So-
one of the best comedies ever created.
So when we draft, what did we draft? That was my number one pick for comedy movies.
Yeah.
That was my number one.
Yeah.
So that was
Superbad fucks.
It's the best movie.
unbelievable.
It
I
really is
also-
like the best comedy movie.
that was
made
under
ever.
my thirsty movie, so now I have to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
one of my.
Oh, it's the best.
5
It's
elements of
it's
being
quotable.
hungover.
Even if you fall in and out of sleep, that's a lot of times when I'm hungover. I'm falling in and out of sleep. You wake up to a perfect pot.
Every,
The whole movie-
I will say
pod-
this right now: the
It's
part
timeless.
of that movie where he's like, this kid sings like a bird.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
I
gold.
mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
and he's like, I can't sing.
You've
Like,
been in that
these
room before.
eyes.
That's-
100%. Yeah, yeah.
They're all coked out.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Just
like-
thinking like
like-
the stupidest thing.
Dude,
And
but they're
these
loving it.
eyes,
I have
they're
this.
crying.
You know what I think about that movie though is like that scene actually is a perfect point of that movie. That fucking scene when they're all coked out in that room is like why that movie's great because you're like that feels very real.
So-
like you know what I mean? You've been in a
So
weird
fu-
situation like that when you were a kid. Like
Yes.
where you're like,
So
oh,
you
I'm
had-
over my fucking skis
Yes.
here. You know what I mean?
a lot,
I think
yeah.
that turned a corner for comedy movies because you were so used to like Sandler and fucking
Yeah.
these more PG rated fucking comedies
Yeah.
that were hilarious.
Yeah.
Very funny, right? But then once Superbad came out, it was like Judd Apatow turned a corner and he was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going for the
for the gold.
fucking hardcore comedy that people can get behind. I thought it was fucking
Can
perfect.
you just picture that writing room when he's like, "We're gonna let someone's period blood go on someone's fucking."
Yeah.
like just like
And
just
it's
like
gonna be
say that.
Fat Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fat Jonah Hill
Yeah.
in a '70s outfit. He's in fucking
no
slacks,
reason.
dude. Yeah,
Dude.
for no reason. No
He's
reason.
wearing
when he
Michael
I'll tell you right
Cera's
now,
dad's
like
pants.
I had the like when the scene where at the end where he's like trying on the jeans,
Yeah.
and he's like these maybe look fat or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're like the skinny jeans. I had that happen to me. Like I went to like the Gap and I was like, oh, these are 36, 30s, perfect. And I put them on. They were like skinny jeans, and I'm like, I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my fucking, like nobody. Like you, like there is probably a weird guy that beats off to like pictures like that. You know what I mean? But like I was like my muffin tops just hanging
Oh,
over
yeah.
these fucking jeans, disgusting.
Do you know
what I
who's a
mean?
He's
big
like, why don't
muffin top jean wearer?
Who?
Justin. It's like if you
You
like
sent the picture, dude.
disgusting.
Did you say it was
He's
like a
got the-
drumstick?
Yeah,
Looks
it's
exactly like a
fucking sick.
drumstick, like the fat drumstick, like a doobie drumstick.
All right, Fitz.
I'm up.
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good movie.
I didn't have that, but that's a great one.
Yeah, I actually didn't have it either, but that's a great
didn't
movie.
either.
I'm pissed I don't have
I
it.
love that movie.
Great flick.
I can watch Fight Club whenever. And it's mindless. You just look at it and it's fucking sick. His name was Robert Paulson, dude.
Yep.
Unfucking believable.
Great flick.
I think
Meatloaf.
it's great, and also
Yeah,
like
Meatloaf.
I read that
Meatloaf.
guy.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
So that guy
R.I.P.
who wrote
Meatloaf
that
died?
book, it's like
Oh, yeah.
the guy
10 years ago?
Yeah, he's dead. Yep.
10
Who
years?
is?
Oh, it's been a while.
Meatloaf died.
Meatloaf's dead as fuck.
Yeah,
Dude,
Meatloaf's,
how did I miss that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Meatloaf's also overrated. I know you love Meatloaf.
All right, I got a
That's
great
overrated.
Meatloaf story for the Patreon.
Oh, the food?
The food,
Remind-
not,
Well,
not
You're
the
bugging.
No,
So
it's
he-
overrated.
so yes.
Project Taste, I agree now.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to try my smoked meatloaf.
I believe it. But this is my honest thing. I always say it's just a worse meatball.
No homo.
It's a drier meatball.
It's dude.
Meatballs for Irish people, basically.
Yeah.
It's a loaf, bro.
Yeah.
We're bigger than balls.
I've eaten. My wife makes a shit ton of meatloaf, and she makes a great meatloaf. In terms of meatloaf, it is still an inferior product. It's like every time it comes out, she's like, "I'm making meatloaf." I'm like, "Great."
Well, if you think about it contextually, it was something people made because like they didn't have.
It was
like,
cheap.
yeah, it was cheap to make.
I'm making fucking meatloaf tonight.
Yeah,
what do you
fuck yeah.
put in your
Let's go.
meatloaf? Is it just beef?
I mean, I've done it different ways, but like I've talked about it before. Like my mother passed away. If I had an hour with her, I'd hug her for 58 minutes and get her meatloaf recipe for the next 2. It's amazing.
Mine's never the same.
It's only nostalgic.
Mine's never the
You're
same.
crazy.
You know what's a
It's
big, by the way,
nostalgic,
you know what's
that's
a big Irish move is like you're like, oh, I use the Lipton's like fucking.
That's
Oh,
that-
my
that's-
mother does that. I mean,
100%, yeah.
my wife does that.
Yeah, yeah, it's
she
like,
does
oh,
that,
yeah.
and she's just dousing it with
It's
ketchup.
like
I
that.
fucking hate ketchup too. So that's another
You
story.
don't like ketchup?
hate ketchup.
Barely any ketchup.
I
in
never
my-
use ketchup.
Not on
anything.
nothing. Not a
Hardly
burger.
anything.
Nothing.
Hardly any ketchup.
What do you
Very,
have on your
very
burger?
rarely.
I think people that put ketchup on top of it and bake it,
I'd rather mayo.
that's lunacy.
I agree because ketchup does cook well.
I mean, that's
the only
lunacy.
time I get ketchup is I get ketchup and mayo at Kelly's. They're
Me
cheeseburger.
and Bobby Foy have talked about this.
loser.
Me and Bobby Foy have talked about this. Like, I think as you get older, your taste for ketchup like wanes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not like a ketchup guy anymore.
Dude, it's
I think
pure
fries
sugar.
stink. I think you've said this.
All it is
Except that
fucking
Fenway-
Fries are overrated.
Yes, they are.
Fenway, they have just, you don't know this? They just have like,
They don't
we
have
talked
relish
about this.
anymore.
I
No,
know
no,
that
they-
they don't have relish,
no,
which is
but
bullshit.
the ketchup that they have is no sugar at all. It's terrible.
It's not
It's not the fake ketchup
cool,
that we
high
love.
fructose
No,
corn
it's,
syrup.
it literally
You
says
sure?
like 0 ketchup.
RFK was in the
Zero
fucking
ketchup.
advisory board.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He's like, no
Fucking
more at Fenway.
Mike's.
We need Joey Bosa.
They
to
use
do it.
Mike's. They use
Joey Bones loves a
impressions.
voicemail.
Mike's
Amazing or whatever.
amazing. Yeah, that's what they use, and they took the relish out.
I knew that.
All right, I'm going. I'm up.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take Ocean's 11.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I can
on
watch
my
Ocean's
list. Yeah.
11.
The Frank Sinatra one,
It's
yeah.
so no. Give me the fucking OG. Give me the fucking real
original.
one. Yeah.
So now you can't draft Ocean's 12.
You
Sorry,
can.
fuckface.
You can.
You can't.
But he doesn't get them all. He doesn't get credit for them all.
No,
No,
he gets his
no.
one.
No.
Okay.
it's
I'm
by
fine
one.
with that.
It's
I'm
his
fine
one.
with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Ocean's
If
11.
you want to take it off the board, he just doesn't get credit for all of them.
Correct.
So if he picks the wrong one, we can make
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
of him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Ocean's
That's fine.
11,
I'm down.
OG, Clooney,
It's a great
fucking
movie.
Brad Pitt.
a great
Dude, like that makes me that I watched that movie. I'm like, get me to Vegas now.
I
Like, you know what I mean?
fucking rob a bank.
Yeah.
dude. I
Yeah.
swear to God,
100%.
rob
Next
any
time
bank,
you
dude.
watch that movie, Brad Pitt is eating in
In
every
every
scene
scene,
that
yeah.
he's in.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
dude.
ask you a question. Do you think if like obviously this is offline, if we were like somebody like came in here and was like, I'm killing one of your kids tomorrow unless you guys can successfully rob a bank, like in the next 24 hours.
Rob
Do you
a
think we
bank?
could successfully rob a bank?
I could rob a bank today,
Yeah.
right now.
No, but I'm saying like we don't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. People rob banks all the time.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think the
What are
four
you
of us
talking
could
about?
do
Like
it easily.
slip a teller money and they just give the money, or you want like a big? We have to get into the safe. You saying we have to get into the safe?
Mm,
If we have to get into the safe, it's a different story. You're telling me rob a
I'm
bank.
doing straight oxy move like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the money in the bag. It's a note, and I
Yeah,
just
that's
fucking
it.
go
No
like
dye
this.
packs.
I don't have a gun.
Blackface.
You're
Because if I
alive.
do get caught, it's
I will
not
say
armed
this.
robbery.
I would say this.
No
Fitzy's a
dye packs.
liability as part of the gang because he's so recognizable.
He's
Nah,
too big.
dude, I'm
Yeah.
wearing a mask.
Yeah, but you're too
Yeah.
big.
You're like
I'm
7
standing.
feet,
I'm gonna
dude.
stand in line and wear a mask.
Yeah,
no
like,
one will
I'm
know
like,
what's
dude,
up.
nobody. I
He's
could
standing
rob
in
a,
That's
line
why you
wearing a
go
mask with a
blackface.
pull in the
Go
cork hoodie.
dude. I think I think I could rob a
Little
bank
show
and
of
like people would just be like, yeah, let him have it. Like this kid's a
Yeah.
pussy. You know what I
Look-
mean?
look
Like
at
look
his
at this
beard.
fucking loser.
Shave his beard,
Yeah.
no one will recognize him.
I think that person was a transgender. I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Trans.
transgenders,
That lady with a beard just robbed us.
when I was coming over here, I was getting my fucking sodas, and I was stopped at the gas station, and I got this fucking coated Carhartt for $40. It was like 60%
nice,
off,
dude.
dude. And I get the soda and I'm walking back, and some person stops me and it sounds like a girl's voice, and they're like, "Nice coat." Says that to me. So I turn back and then I look at her, and it was like a kind of a
Yeah.
dinky looking lady.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it was a transgender or what, but I feel like that's a better compliment than if a girl gave me the compliment. Because the dyke wants to actually wear the coat.
I totally agree with
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Now,
If a guy gave it to me, I'd probably be like, "Oh well, he thinks this fucking coat's sick. He wants to wear it."
Yeah,
I
It's
think
better
I
than a
told.
girl
I
saying it.
definitely told the story. I think on the Patreon, but I'm just gonna tell it now. I don't care. My wife's family. There's a person in her family who has transitioned to being a great person, by the way. And but at the beginning, her brother, now she's his brother, plays guitar, and he's pretty sick. So like we would get together at like her uncle's, like we'd play some tunes together. And she at the time would bring her banjo, and I'm like, this girl blows a banjo. She stinks at playing banjo, right?
But you couldn't tell her because she was a chick.
This is what I said. Yeah. So once she transitioned, I said, Maggie, I go, now I can finally tell
Yeah.
him
Homie,
that
you
he
s-
fucking
homie, you
stinks.
suck.
Because I go, guys tell guys when they suck at something. You know what I mean? Like a girl, you're like, oh yeah, you're picking
Good
away
try.
there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hey, guess what,
Like,
dog? You suck.
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
Get a new instrument because you stink at this one. You know what I mean?
stink at
You
banjo.
stink at banjo.
Stick
you know what
to
I mean?
drums.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Loser.
That was the only thing I cared about in the transition was that I could fucking audibly say like, you stink at banjo. You know what I mean?
You should just like judge people like on strung instruments.
Yeah, like
that's
how good they can
how
play
good
them.
they can be.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Addie, my daughter, can still. Like I taught her how to play when she was little. She picked up a guitar. She can play. She's legit.
That's awesome.
Justin can't play a guitar, by the way.
Oh,
Your cousin.
100%. Have you seen
Yeah.
him?
No,
What's
he said
he-
he basically can't play.
No,
What's
he definitely can't.
He's lead vocals
Can't do nothing.
with the auto tune.
Lead vocals though.
Yeah, I think he definitely got auto tune. I don't care what he says. He's just trying to say no. It's like, please.
All right, go ahead, Danny. You got back to backs.
All right. So like I said, I got like 5 elements of being hungover. So I got a food movie, tired movie, thirsty
Love it.
movie, fighting movie, and jail movie.
Can I ask you a question?
Talk to me.
Your thirsty movie. How do you correlate Superbad to being a thirsty movie?
They drinking it.
Oh,
drinking-
that's what you're
drinking
talking about.
beers.
Okay.
All right. So fine.
Okay.
Thirsty movie coming up first. Hangover.
Hangover.
The Hangover.
The Hangover.
Yeah,
Let's
great.
go.
It's a great pick.
Let's go.
Appropriate.
I think we've all been every one of those characters at one point in our life. Maybe not on a roof per se, but I've been Alan, Doug, all them. Haven't been Bradley Cooper with being that hot.
Yeah.
But
no.
I think it's a great fucking movie. Vegas was awesome. I've been there once.
Yep.
I was begging TSA to let me back on a plane.
You
me the
do. You
fuck
want
out of
out of there when you're fucking like done.
I was there for 3 days, and it was. I'm not a big gambler. I spent way too much money gambling.
Yep.
Spent way too much money on whiskey and pool parties. The pool parties they get you over
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I don't
high
do it.
cover,
But
right?
that's the best. I don't do any of that
right.
shit. I'm like,
well, so
I'm
I
old
was in
school.
my early 20s, so you want to do the pool
Yeah, yeah.
parties, and you walk in there, and they're like, "All right, girls are free, guys are $10," and it's like, "Fuck yeah!" Then you walk in, you're like, "Oh, I'll get a Captain and Coke," and they're like $64, and you're like, "What the fuck just
it's
happened?"
terrible.
dude, I definitely told this story early on the podcast, but the first time we did a group trip to Vegas, we had a buddy who like I grew up with who was like a year younger than us, and he was like a good looking dude. We were only friends with this kid to rip on him, basically. You know what I mean? Like he was just like you could just shred this kid. Like he didn't even know enough to be like whatever. So we're out there at the pool, and like these fucking 3 very good looking girls come up, and they're looking to talk to him. You know what I mean? And they're like, and this is how he talked. And she was like, the girl was like, she's like, "Where you guys from?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're from Boston." And he's like, "Where are you from?" And the girl's like, "We're from Michigan." He's like, "How are the beaches there?" And I'm like, wow. I'm like, here we go. Nobody's getting laid, even you, kid. Like how are the beaches there? You know what I mean?
Non-existent
Like,
dummy.
Yeah.
dude, like, absolute.
The best part is he's in his thing like, oh, that's why everyone's talking about the Flint water.
Dude, this
You
kid,
can't get into that
right now,
fucking-
I think he's now sober. I saw him at Whole Foods in Melrose. Him and his wife got divorced or whatever.
Yeah, tell the whole story.
And like, yeah, tell the whole story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, he's like, comes up to me, he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "They don't want my protein bars." He goes, "They don't." I just talked to the manager. They don't want my protein bars here. I might start drinking again. I might just lose it, start drinking again. I'm like, dude, I gotta
He's
check
looking
out
for an
right now.
excuse. He's looking for an excuse. I love that.
Yeah. He's like, I might start drinking today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
This fucking light doesn't turn green. I'm fucking drinking today.
Justin was the manager. They didn't have him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so now I'll switch it up. We'll go to a fighting movie. Fight Club was a great pick. I didn't have it on my list, but Green Street Hooligans is a great
Let's
fucking
go,
movie.
dude.
Great
Yeah,
flick.
great one.
I love it.
It's a great
Imagine,
movie.
imagine
where I watched
thinking,
that?
I never thought I would like a movie with Elijah Wood in it. He's such a pussy.
Yeah.
Lord of the
It
Rings.
does become believable,
Never
which is
watched it.
crazy by
Dude,
the end of
it's
it.
a great movie.
Great flick.
It is. So
Yeah.
you know where I
Top
watched
20 Hangover movie, though?
I think it's.
Top
I honestly.
five?
All right, so here's how I
think it's
go with this,
very-
though. Here's
I
how
think
I
it's
believe
very
it.
I
It's
think the
all-
56th round he could have got that in.
I agree with you,
He
but
probably
I
could
love
have
the
got
movie.
that.
Listen,
Yeah, he probably
Chris
could have got
Mohan's
that
gonna
at
have
the
a
end.
hard on for me anyways for this draft. So let's not kid ourselves. But I'm
Mohan
going-
has a text thread with us that's called Danny Can't Draft.
That's literally the name of it.
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Well,
So,
Danny's
I mean,
definitely gonna draft like fucking
the fifth one. Yeah,
Friday, the fucking
Friday
6th
3
or
is
whatever.
gonna
like-
be
You know what,
fucking
though? At
his
least he's
fifth.
like true to himself. He's
Dude,
not
yeah,
trying
I
to
think
be-
it's a
I think it's a
I
great
love
pick
the
too.
movie. I
I
love
think
the
it's
top
fucking
20 Hangover.
I
It's
never
a
go
great
into a
movie.
draft trying to win the draft. I go in. I'm just gonna tell you what.
It's my- it's-
now.
yeah,
I
it's
will
my
say this:
opinion.
the only reason I switched some of my movies is I'm like, I'm so old that nobody's seen some of these movies. You know what I mean? Like, so like I can't pick like Jim Carter, which was an amazing action flick like in the 80s where like this dude was a gymnast, but he also incorporated karate into like killing all these Asian people.
Never,
Great
never,
movie.
never heard of it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, but that would have made the top 20, right?
no, absolutely not. If he just
I'll
said
tell you
that,
right now, in '86, it would have fucking movies on video in Melrose. I would have killed.
We got to talk about this real quick. You know what I saw recently that we talked about before? The movie Sidekicks with Chuck Norris.
Great movie.
No, it's not. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. The movie stinks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't
No,
watched it in that
it's
long.
I don't
not
think
good
I've
at
seen
all.
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks.
Remember the
That's-
show Sidekicks? That show was
No,
sick.
that was before my time. 'cause
Yeah, that
I
was
think-
way before your time.
I think that came out in like 91,
Dude,
and I
I-
watched it
Sidekicks.
One of my
religiously.
best
I don't
tweets
think
of
I've
all
seen it.
time, favorite tweets of all time was singer songwriter who I like, who was like, because he's my age. He's like, I thought when I was, in my mid 40s, there'd be a lot more ninjas like in my life. You know what I mean? Like it was all ninjas when we were kids. It was like, dude, like we're drawing ninjas today on our books, and then we're
See?
gonna watch
The
ninja
three
movies.
ninjas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of sidekicks, you know we get like the weirdest fucking nicknames in high school. There was this girl, dude, that like her boyfriend said he could only fuck her from the side, so we used to just call her sidekick. Like legitimately, we used to just call her sidekick out of nowhere, and she didn't know what it was. And now I see her with her 3 fucking kids, just like at like flag football and shit. And I'm like,
Dude,
all I
gotta-
think about is, should I say it? Or
I
should I not
gotta,
say it?
I gotta
100%
say,
you should say
Yeah,
it.
it's like
I gotta say that like
Say it from
when
the car
Fitzy,
driving away.
when Fitzy brought up Big Mix, and then a longtime corker, Chris Collins from Situate, was like, dude, he's like, we had this girl in my school that was so gross that we called her Big Mix because she looked like the Big Mix fucking person on the fucking
Big
cereal.
Mix. Don't you love
I'm
that
like, what a
cereal?
nickname, dude. Unbelievable. All right,
Mix.
I'm up. I'm gonna go. Oh, it was the worst. I just brought like my work Slack. It was like all the stuff I have to do. I'm gonna go. I'm on the edge of a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna take Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park. It's fucking Tommy's like favorite movie in the world. So I've watched it a million times. It
The
doesn't
first
get
one.
old. Yeah, it doesn't get old.
Yeah.
Some people are like the beginning slow. I'm like, dude, that fucking movie is sick. Now here's my thing on Jurassic Park.
girl.
Yeah, here's my thing on Jurassic Park. First of all, talk about a guy who has Riz. The guy who's the fucking old guy.
Yeah,
Sam
dude.
O'Neill?
Like he's
beast,
like he
dude.
walks into that. No, not Sam Neill.
No,
the
the
old
white-haired
dude who's like the
dude,
fucking
the owner
of
owns the
Jurassic
park.
Park, yeah.
When he walks into Sam Neill's like trailer and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking let's have a
Yeah.
drink. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna come to my park and you're gonna fucking watch me fucking
Hop on my helicopter.
get the dinosaurs to kill everybody. You
Check
know what
out
I mean?
Mike Caine with
So
the
here's what
Amber
I have to
as
say
the
about
handle.
Jurassic Park movies.
The
Though.
fucking
Jurassic Park
mosquito
movies
in it.
only work,
The dinosaurs.
in my opinion, when the park's open, right? So like that new one that came out, Jurassic World, was good, right?
yeah.
Any other one when the park closed, it's like nobody wants to watch 5 people in the dinosaurs. People want to watch like Tom from fucking Cleveland
Yes.
see a fucking
Get mauled.
megalodon come out of
Yes.
the thing and like shit his pants.
Yeah.
Like when you just have like the fucking 5 people there, like they got a new one coming out, it's gonna stink. It's
Yeah.
gonna stink.
Well, this is why I like
Dude,
to jerk off in public. You know, I want to fucking traumatize as many people as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And I kind of feel where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
You want to see the fucking trauma.
Yeah, yeah. You want to see them like
Yeah.
ruin their lives.
The
you know?
first Jurassic Park was so perfect that they were able to make 1 million spin-offs
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
didn't need all those spin-offs. That fucking first movie was perfect.
I think they're all good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I watch them all. Even the fucking Chris Pratt ones.
You should
with his
probably
gay ass on
probably
it now.
draft one of them.
They,
You can't. You already said they're already
All right,
off
Fitz,
now.
you're up.
The Goonies.
Ooh,
Great one.
fucking movie.
I could watch The Goonies whenever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I could watch The Goonies whenever. It's a fucking great adventure film. Young kids going on a fucking adventure to get their buried treasure. It's unbelievable. And you know what's the thing that scares me right now, right,
Yeah.
is that they're talking about
They
a
are remaking it.
2025 remake of the
That's
Goonies.
bad. That's
I
bad.
feel like they're gonna go woke and fuck it the fuck
Oh, they're
up.
definitely gonna go woke. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
even a
gonna-
question.
it's gonna get
Is it
so
gonna be the
fucked
same
up.
cast though?
I heard that a lot of the cast is on board. And I don't know if it's a remake. I think it's like a sequel.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck.
With his
And it's
stolen
gonna-
fucking
and it's gonna
Priuses
ruin it,
driving
yeah.
around Portland, Oregon.
What about the retarded mutant? Is he coming back or no? Did he die in the first
He-
one?
he's
definitely-
dead. No,
That guy's
he
gotta
didn't
be
die.
dead.
He
Gotta
didn't
be.
die in the first one, but he was a NFL. He was an NFL
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
guy
did-
that played Sloth was
Sloth.
an NFL player.
Yep.
That's how you looked back then if you played in the NFL. Like,
Yeah.
They're gonna
CTE, the helmets were bad back then.
They're gonna make like Miles Garrett the new sloth. Like, just they gotta get the black guy in
No,
there.
dude, I think one of my favorite.
Jason Pierre-Paul with no fingers.
That'd actually be great.
Dude, one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things that my buddy. I got
Perfect. Dude.
a buddy that I used to work with.
Fireworks.
I've
He's like,
talked.
"Ugh."
I love being like when I'm like, oh, dude, you know who you look like in this movie, and then I'm like, you
Always.
just name
Yeah.
the worst person.
Yes.
Like you're like,
Like
yeah,
Sloth.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Like,
like
you look
that.
like fucking Sloth, or you look like fucking, you know.
They're like, hey, you guys.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, Al.
Or girls
You're
these
back to
days.
back.
Back to back.
Hey, you lays.
Okay. Shit.
By the way, real quick, while you're thinking of that, the Fratelli brothers in Goonies, it means the brothers.
Oh, does it?
Fratelli, yeah, a little bilingual action.
There's
for you.
never been anything more Italian than the fact
Oh,
that
Fratelli,
Al pronounces the Farrelly brothers, Farrelly brothers.
Farrelly,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. He's like, they're the Farrellis. Like,
the
obviously,
Farrelly.
And
yeah.
he's so confident with it.
Yeah.
I
They're
said-
like, no, it's Farrelly.
They could be like in front of me telling me how to pronounce the name. I'm like, you got it wrong.
Idiots.
All right, 2 movies here. I'm gonna go in action, and then I'm gonna go somewhat of a drama.
I know one of them.
Die Hard. I'm going Die Hard, the first original Die
Wow,
Hard.
I didn't pick this
I
coming
would
out of you.
consider this maybe the best action movies, especially in that era. That's an 80s Irish movie,
Yeah.
action movie. Nakatomi Plaza, the whole nine. I feel like it's perfect. It's funny enough with the
Yeah.
way that he acts, Bruce Willis, and I think that was the rise, kind of the rise of the action star. In terms of like Bruce Willis shot out of a cannon after
Yeah.
that. It was in a ton of movies.
Then he just became like a fucking. He's like.
Well, now he
he's
can't
just-
remember
yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
he's just
yeah.
like a puddle of
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah, yeah.
Second movie, I'm going Goodfellas. I'm going Goodfellas on my third.
By the
pick.
way, I was thought about taking that first. It's so rewatchable.
it's
fucking
crazy
unbelievable.
rewatchable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably rewatchable, and you can, again, movie. I think all these movies that we're drafting, besides maybe Green Street Hooligans, is
Wait till you hear my next three.
is you could like recite lines from it. You
Yeah.
know every single thing of it. You couldn't name 5 quotes from
Oh,
Green Street
really?
Oh,
Hooligans.
you're bugging right now. I'll sing the
I-
whole
you know
fucking
what?
West Ham song.
You
oh,
are-
West Ham
you-
till I die. I'm West Ham till I die.
He's got a stupid memory. You're right about that. He remembers stupid shit. So
It's a superpower.
Goodfellas could be one of the top 3 movies ever created.
Can I
in
say this?
general.
Like, so we were talking. Me and Al and Buggy were at Pick Up Wings, and I was telling him that Buggy's friends with Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons is friends with John Hamm. John Hamm like called out the team last night.
Yeah.
I go,
Looks pregnant.
John Hamm is not sober. Like,
No.
dude, his eyes were like fucking beaming. Like, he's like, I'm like, dude, he is getting fucked up. And I'll tell you what, I appreciate that about him. You know what I mean? I appreciate that he's back on the game. You know?
Why was he off the game for a while?
Yeah. He's
Oh, I
supposed to be
didn't know that.
sober, but it's not. Definitely not.
He's like possibly 3 in a row. Fucking let's
Dude,
go.
he's rich as fuck.
Yeah, who cares?
He's not a bad looking guy, right? And he's got a fucking hammer. Did you ever see the picture of him walking
Oh, yeah,
around with his
yeah, he's
hammer in
right.
his fucking
Yeah.
pants?
Who you got, him or Drake?
What, John Hamm or Drake?
But
For the Hammers.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen John Hamm, 40% hard before, like fucking.
Al's all about the hardness. He's like, he saw them
it's
both
useless.
floppy.
It's
so
like
he
it's like a
can't-
car
yeah.
that don't run. Like if that Testarossa didn't get here,
yeah,
I mean, what use
what
is
good
it?
is it?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
You
Like,
got
who's
to
taking
drive
a
to see
soft
the
dick ammo?
Testarossa
Yeah.
that doesn't drive.
So
By
like
the way,
whiskey dick.
Fitz
It's
wearing
like-
a fucking Boston Scally that I had to buy for him for winning a draft. Fact.
it's a good one.
All right, you're up. Jonas.
Irish Rose. I'm going Friday.
Friday. Okay, first
Friday.
one. Yep, you
Yep.
got it.
The first one.
Debo.
Yeah. Chris Tucker,
Yep.
Ice Cube.
Yep.
Ice Cube wrote that, directed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Unbelievable movie. You sit there and it's just a day in the life.
It's awesome.
I
You just
love
got knocked the fuck out.
I love
Chris Tucker.
I
I
love
like day in the life movies too.
me too.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, here's the setting.
Yeah, we're
and
here for
here's
this.
your day.
It's
You
like
go
the Black
through this day.
Superbad.
It is. It's dude.
Day in the life, dude.
Yep.
I love it.
Day
Yeah,
in the
no,
life. This is what happens today.
Has anybody ever not
Well,
though,
what's
lived
this?
up to the
not
billing
enough.
kind of like Chris Tucker though? Like, as you were like, this guy's a rocket ship.
It's
Like,
kind of like a Dave Chappelle a little
It
bit,
is.
right?
It's
Where he just
crazy
disappeared.
because it's crazy because
yeah, but
he,
Dave Chappelle is like,
Well, he's
can
made a
write.
Dave
resurgence.
Chappelle's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and he's Chris Tucker denying Friday 2 next Friday.
Yeah.
Do you know why he denied that?
Probably money, right?
Oh, he was in. He thought Money Talks was going to be more successful.
First of all, that's
than
a great fucking movie. Money
great
Talks.
fl- great
I like anything
I don't
Chris
even know
Tucker's
what
in.
Money Talks is.
Him and Charlie Sheen.
You don't know that movie? That's a
Oh,
great
dude.
hangover movie.
Drafted.
Not draftable, but it's a great hangover movie.
But can I say, Omar Epps, fucking hilarious.
Omar Epps was
Oh, no.
not
No, no,
Friday.
Mike
Yeah, what's
Epps.
his name?
Mike
Mike
was-
Epps.
Mike
Yeah,
Epps.
Mike Epps, right?
dude, I'd never forget this.
Look,
Mike
I got
Epps,
20s on these. Now those tans,
I'll never forget
this. They clean.
They clean though.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to know that, like, to be of the time where there weren't podcasts to listen to in your car on the way to work, and you just had the radio. And I was driving into Boston to like,
Omar
work,
Epps was the program.
and Omar Epps was on Maddie in the morning,
Sick.
right? And like he was fucked. He had been up all night.
Omar
Really?
or Mike?
Omar Epps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike Epps.
Mike-
Mike,
oh,
Epps
Mike
was
Epps,
Mike
sorry.
Epps was just like, you want to talk about making it awkward? Like Maddie in the morning's like, you know, like so what are you doing here? And he's like, is it all white people on this show?
Yeah, Billy Carter's
Just
like
empty.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I was dying laughing. I love this. Yeah.
My favorite part of next Friday is when Mike Epps is like, Baby D got a beat on all the bootleg snacks, the new snacks. They ain't even released yet. She's sitting there like snoring while she's fucking talking.
Glitter.
Yeah,
I actually
glitter.
think I like
Wait,
next
sprinkles.
Friday maybe
Wait,
better.
so Mike Epps.
No way.
Mike Epps.
and
wait,
I'm
no
with you
way,
on
dude.
Friday.
so Mike
after
Epps
next.
took over for Chris Tucker, right?
I'm with you on
love it.
Friday
Yeah,
after
Mike
next.
Epps took over. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
He was
back in the
his
day,
cousin.
back in the day before fucking everybody was on this guy's dick. I was driving back from New York for work, but this is like I said, back in the day when you couldn't get fucking podcasts. And I'm listening to this fucking UMass radio station, and this fucking voice comes on. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was going in and out. I pulled over on fucking the Pike. I'm like, I gotta hear who this is.
He did, yeah, he
And it
told
was
us.
Stapleton
Yes.
playing in the Steel Drivers, right?
Oh, yeah,
Steel
yeah.
Drivers is a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's the fucking best voice I've ever heard, right? And they have replaced Stapleton because he was like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to be rich, fucking write my own songs.
Yep.
And like the guy kind of sounds like Stapleton, but like it's like Mike Epps. It's like you're not Chris Tucker in fucking
yeah.
Friday, the first
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean? Like
he ain't. No, he ain't that.
No.
but it's. I honestly, it might be more enjoyable. I feel like there's more funny parts the
So
next
the
Friday.
uncle's hilarious.
Yes.
No way.
all right, I'm up. I'm going, and I talk to this about my fake brother Ryan Hearn all the time. Born Identity for me is a fucking top 10 hangover movie. Top 5, I guess, for me. Give me a movie where like the guy is such a badass that like he's not getting fucked with. Do you know what I mean? Like, here's what I think is a bad hangover movie in general. Is like when the guy goes through a period where it's like you don't know if he's gonna really make it, but you know he's gonna because that's the theme of the movie. Like, give me the guy who's just like, this guy's gonna dominate everybody in his fucking
You're
path.
talking like Uncut Gems. Like that's
That's
anxiety.
too
It's
much
like,
for
That's
me.
too much.
That's
dude.
not a
too
hangover.
much in real life.
That's
dude.
the opposite of a
Never mind
hangover
your
movie.
hangover, dude.
Uncut Gems is a
like-
great movie, but it's
I couldn't
so
finish it.
dude. It's
a lot.
dude.
Yeah, it's too much.
It also, by the way, we'll
watch
do
it
it
on
after
Ampli.
we'll do it after the success lifts right now. If you want to get in that, everybody's losing weight except for Al.
I'm gaining.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
up
gaining.
5.
He's just in there to troll.
Yep.
You can hit us up at pullingthecork1@gmail.com. You'll get in shape. Mohan's down 50 pounds, right?
Yeah, he's
And you can get
skinny mini.
100%.
My thing with Mohan, and we'll go. I got something else to talk about when we talk about Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
But Mohan is kind of to me right now. First of all, I love that he loves sticks and expensive sticks.
Yeah.
He seems like a little bit of like the teacher's pet right now. Like he's the one doing the homework, being like, "Oh, you forgot this? Like extra credit right now." He's down 50. He's rubbing it in our
Well,
face.
you know what Mohan is? Mohan's a lot like, I think me and Mohan are a lot the same. Like, I'll go into those things where I'm just like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I'm like, I remember
I think
like,
it's worse for the podcast though, guys. For you guys to just be like fucking, talking health shit.
well, I mean, listen.
Talking about fucking honey wheat wrap turkey sandwiches mixed with half mayo,
Mayo
half
and half
mustard.
No,
Dude, we're
tuna.
we're
Bread and
gassing.
butter.
All right, let me just say this. Yeah, we are all down some pounds. I'm down some fucking notches on this belt. There's a fact. We're gassing beers right here on
That
a
is
Monday
true.
morning.
It doesn't
It's
stop.
And I can't even drink
It
now,
doesn't
so-
stop us.
It doesn't
No,
stop
it
us.
doesn't stop you.
So he'll work with you in any facet that you need to be worked with. Anyways, whatever. So you can email us there. But here's the thing with Mohan. Mohan's all in or he's all out. That's the type of guy Mohan is. He's like
Yeah.
me. He's like me.
Yeah,
Mohan's the
100.
best. By the way, he does look fucking spectacular.
Dude, he's dialed in.
Down
It's
50 is
great.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
You're gonna be under 200 soon. But
Yeah, he's lapping me.
I'm already getting texts from my bookie. It's not even 11 o'clock, and I'm getting texts for the money. When it's the opposite way,
Yeah,
do they
no,
chase
nothing.
you down?
Nothing.
Like, it's fucking
Dude,
11
dude,
before noon.
you know what's
Who do
funny?
you bet through the Globe?
Through the goal, exactly. Yeah, chasing me.
That's
down.
a fucking great
That's
callback.
That's a good pullback.
I'm gonna say this. My bookie, who's a buddy of mine, unnamed. I'm like, he texted me like a month ago. I get up on Monday morning and I fucking usually hit him, right? Like
Yeah.
just whatever Venmo. I just want to get out. Sometimes on Saturday I'll just do it because I'm like, fuck it, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna put any more.
100%.
Yeah.
So he texted me like a couple weeks ago. He's like, you ever gonna pay me? And I'm like, look at your fucking Venmo from fucking Monday, dickhead. Like,
Yeah.
like you've already been paid. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no
like,
shit.
don't fucking ride me when I paid you.
Yeah, no
you
shit.
Know?
Like, go
You should
bother
actually-
go and bother the other fucking people that aren't paying you.
100%.
Dude, I
Right.
ran book for a little bit back in college. I fucking paid out as soon as I paid before they even fucking asked. These bookies do they want to wait till fucking Tuesday, Wednesday, but they want their money on Monday. Have a bigger fucking kitty, is my opinion. Have a kitty that you can
Yeah.
pay out,
Yeah.
pay those people out, and then get your money.
Yeah, it
Don't
seems
fucking
like-
wait for people's money. You want my money so you can pay
Yeah,
out
so they
fucking
can pay
Peter
out,
and
yeah.
Paul.
Oh, you know what I never asked you about? I'll ask you offline. Go ahead. I don't put this kid's. You're on a wraparound.
Oh, I am.
Yep.
All right. Jail movie. Ready? Don't know if it's going to be in Al's top 20, but if you haven't seen it, highly suggested next time you're hungover. Bronson.
Great movie.
Tom Hardy.
It's a good movie. I don't know that I would
I've
consider
never
it a
seen-
hangover
I've
movie.
never seen it.
This is fucking nuts. I'm on Mohan's team.
Listen to me.
I might drop 50
I
pounds.
said, I literally
He's
said,
bad, dude.
I
I just
literally
said that-
said,
I gotta be
it's
honest with you.
5 elements
I
of
gotta
a
be honest with you.
hangover.
I gotta be honest with you. I said like it's a great movie, and I was like thinking like this is a bad pick.
I don't know. I don't even know. I've never seen it.
Tom Hardy.
Yep.
He plays a guy that he went to jail. I'll give you the rundown. He went to jail for like jewelry theft for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s. He's still in jail to this day. He's a fucking madman.
Yeah, but
It's a great movie. And it's
it's like the
It's in-
Hurricane, dude. Do you ever see the Hurricane?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
stinks.
It's a decent movie, but it's like I don't know if I want to watch a guy that's in fucking prison for fucking 30 years.
it's awesome. It's like if you've never seen it,
When you said prison movie, there was one that came to mind.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not gonna say it.
no
'cause
one's
someone,
drafting
All right.
it.
They might. Someone might. You're not gonna.
I don't know.
I'm not taking a prison movie, so you can do it.
Shawshank.
So I was
I thought
gonna
a hangover
I'm
movie
not-
though.
I-
No?
so
why
it's-
I
isn't
love
it-
the movie.
You
why
don't think
isn't-
so?
Why isn't it a hangover movie?
Because there's like too much
Thinking.
like problems in the middle. Like I don't want to see a guy get raped in the middle
Yes.
of the movie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
get
mean?
took
Yeah.
the rape out.
Like
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess you could make the argument that Goodfellas is people getting whacked. They get, you know, what I mean?
That doesn't
Hanging
matter,
in
though.
freezes and shit.
play the Rolling
Yeah,
Stones
no,
behind
I-
it. I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I get you, but all I'm saying is Shawshank is a movie that you've seen so many times that you can just like zone out.
So
and
a lot
fucking
of times
watch it.
I'm thinking
I
like
don't know.
TNT.
Yeah, I
Sunday
know.
morning,
I know what you're
1
saying.
o'clock.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
on
yeah.
TV.
Yeah, yeah.
So Shawshank might fall into that. Bronson has never played on public television ever.
No, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, next
Hey, be
time you
true to
watch
you.
it,
Be
next
true
time
to
you watch
yourself.
a Bronson, you should be drinking Misguided
I think he's
Spirits.
fine. I think he could do 50 movies, 50 rounds,
That
and no one's
nobody
going to
would-
pick
yeah.
him. No, he's no worries.
You need to go to misguidedspirits.com. You need to get their fucking liquor.
Oh, I had a few fingers last
It's
time
great.
of that.
Yeah, you have it. The vodka's unbelievable. The whiskey goes out of here in 2 seconds. Like the vodka sticks around.
Dude,
Not because
I'll
it's
take,
bad, because I'm the
I'll
top
take
vodka
all
drinker.
the vodka.
Yeah,
Because it's fucking so smooth.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
it's
I
great.
haven't had the vodka
All
yet.
this stuff's
and it's
unbelievable.
almost like you're working out.
I agree.
When you
Yeah,
drink
you're
it,
losing
pull
weight.
yourself
Yes,
You know,
you
you're
are,
losing
you
weight.
are. 'Cause it's negative carbs,
Misguidedspirits.com.
Basically.
Order online. Go ahead. All right, Fitz, you're up. Am I up?
No, I
I'm
still
up.
got one
Danny's
more.
got one more.
You
and
got-
then-
Danny's-
and then
I
come
got
back.
2 more, but one more on the wrapper.
All right, all right.
But it doesn't matter. You guys are gonna shit on these next picks anyways. Tired movie. Another aspect of being
Cool
hungover.
Runnings.
Nope, but we are getting there.
Sean Bryan.
No.
That was Sean.
Tired movie. Forrest Gump. No fucking response from anybody. Listen to me.
Life is
Wait
like
a
a
minute.
box
Wait a
of
minute.
chocolates.
Wait a minute.
This draft is like a box of chocolates. I didn't know what I was going to get.
It's so long. So
What? I don't understand it. Okay, you're gonna tell me Forrest Gump's not on TNT 3 times a fucking week?
All right.
Yeah,
Here's my thing.
Forrest Gump is better than some of the other ones. Forrest Gump, at least like you could we could all quote.
I
Forrest
went
Gump.
into this telling you why I picked these
Yes,
5
I
movies,
know.
and I'm still getting shit on like I'm a nerd.
Yeah, but
Okay, I don't even understand how you categorize them. Why tired?
Because he fucking ran across the country and said, "I'm tired now.
This is crazy, dude.
I'm tired.
I think I'll go
Then you
back.
go home now." So that's like us at a bar. I'm tired. I'm going home now. See you then. Forrest Gump, great flick, great hangover film.
I think it's good for the pop culture references, like all the shit that they do. But I mean,
Mohan's gonna break tools when he hears
right
this.
now.
Yeah.
Mohan's gonna be like,
He's gonna
I
break
fucking
tools.
hate Al.
He hates
Fuck
everyone.
Danny.
Yeah.
For what it's
Say.
worth, Forrest Gump is a fucking great movie.
Thank you.
It is a great movie,
It's
but
a
I don't know if
great
it's a hangover movie for me.
I get it. And I was.
I needed to know what these rules are. Does a hangover movie need to be an hour and a half?
No.
No.
It just
No,
needs to
it's
be
just-
like what
It's just like mindless.
I'm saying.
Action,
What my
comedy,
hangover movie
whatever.
is. You're saying what yours is. It's fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. So you
It's-
watch.
it's
So
fine.
you're hungover. Let's say you're hungover tomorrow.
Yep.
You're gonna put that on. You're gonna put Forrest Gump on.
I would consider it, sure.
Your kids are okay.
But I'm
All right.
also at a part in my life where, like, I don't, like, if I'm hungover, I'm going to a show and I'm watching 95 episodes of that.
Yeah, you're
All right,
gonna
so
watch The Wire. you're
right
gonna
now I got
watch
Ocean's
Sopranos.
11, Boy Identity, and
Blacklist right
Jurassic
now.
Park.
Blacklist is good.
All right.
Did you keep track of these?
No, but I will. I'll listen back. All right. I'm gonna steal one from Danny. And by the way, this is gonna sink my draft. I don't give a fuck.
I'm coming in last. I'm fine.
No, I don't give a fuck. It's gonna sink my draft. But this is in my opinion, this is the epitome of a perfect hangover movie. It has almost no conflict. It's fun. It has it has a great cameo in it. Give me Chef. With fucking,
fucking-
it is fucking awesome. When I look at fucking this kid. When fucking Robert Downey Jr. makes the cameo,
Yep.
it basically plays fucking what's it called? Iron Man
Yeah.
in the thing.
I think he's.
And he's like, I fucked your wife.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking.
He's essentially Vin Diesel now. Vin Diesel thinks he's Tom Toretto. Robert Downey Jr. thinks he's Iron Man. He thinks he's.
Yeah,
Tony
That
Stark.
was
this is
great.
gonna sink my draft, but I love. I'll tell you right now, I watch Chef hungover all the time.
Hold on.
Love it.
Who said that yesterday? They said, I think
I got
when
pissed.
when Vin Diesel dies, it's going to say Dom Toretto.
No,
on his
it's
grave.
it's him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you said it on the
Yeah.
podcast.
What are you
All right,
pissing?
Fitzy, you're up. I got pissed.
I'm up. All right, I'm gonna go. Fuck, dude, it's tough right now. There's so many good ones still left out there.
Don't worry, I won't pick him.
I know. I'm gonna go. Matrix.
I like it. It's on my list.
I'm going
Yep.
the Matrix.
Wait the fuck a minute. You're talking hangover movies that are. You said mindless earlier.
It's mindless.
Yeah, Matrix is just action packed. They're dodging bullets. They're
He can
fucking
unplug.
sword
Yeah.
fighting.
Picking
You
up
just-
red pills and blue pills. That's not mindless.
Oh, that's the first 6 minutes of the
Yeah,
movie.
I mean,
You got fucking
Dude,
Lawrence
it is-
Fishburne with the
it's-
weirdest glasses you've ever seen in your
So
life. No
it's-
one's asking questions.
if you go deeper
How
into
they
the,
staying on
if
his
you
what
go,
is what is going on? Mindless.
if you go, so all right, you want to go deeper into the Matrix?
No,
Then-
no, you're not supposed to. You're
I know,
hungover, Fitz.
I know, but
you
it's
guys
an
aren't
action.
making sense.
It's an action movie that you can just zone out and
Yep.
fucking watch the fucking action happen.
Keanu Reeves just fucking deflecting
Dude,
everything.
the fact
I
that
love,
he's
I love that movie. Like, I love the action in that movie.
Me too.
And it restarted everything. No one did slow mo. No one did that slow mo
No,
shit before.
it was so
People
sick.
were losing their
So sick.
minds when that movie came
Oh yeah,
out.
crazy.
Did you see the effects? It's like,
Basically, he was just strung up going like this, and then
Yeah.
he slowed it down.
yeah,
Matrix.
the Matrix.
how is it? I don't get it.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Danny's so angry
You
right
would
now.
you would think that Danny's never been hungover and watched a movie before.
Because I don't understand how we're saying, we need mindless movies. I'm giving you gem after gem.
I know that-
And he's like Matrix. I'm like, that was a fucking brain
So
fuck.
well known, I have like a portable pisser in the backyard.
Oh, it's overflowing.
Yeah, it's ground's
frozen.
frozen. Just piss next to the pisser.
All right, sorry.
The thing's like fucking.
My bad.
Like, Fitzy just pissed like a Gatorade bottle inside of the fucking thing. All right, who's up?
32 ouncer.
I got my last
Al's
two.
up. He's
This
up two.
is gonna be like my list is so fucking stocked right now.
I know. I
over
can't
here.
believe I got all.
I have to
these.
make some tough fucking decisions because we're gonna have honorable mentions. I'm sure after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that on Patreon.
Patreon
We'll do
can be
that.
all fucking honorable mentions.
Me
This
and
is
Al
the-
gonna
this is
get
tough
golf.
to
You gonna
score.
play golf, Al?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to. That sucks. You're gonna be all by yourself. You and Mark Lewis. So have fun. Mark Lewis is gay.
Is that his,
No, cool.
Yeah, he changed. He
You
dropped the
spelled
cool.
cool
He
wrong.
dropped the cool off his
Mark
name.
Lewis is
Come on,
gay.
keep up the times. Okay. I'm gonna go that as number 5. So just in case when people look at the fucking graphic that's not gonna be made.
No, it will be. It'll be on Facebook, and all of them will be like, "Oh, Danny won because
Yeah.
we love Danny."
Yeah, that's basically how it goes.
Actually, everyone hates my drafts.
No, some people do.
Yeah.
But you have all the Malden people that are like,
Yeah, you have a big fan
thumbs
base.
up.
I'm gonna go Dark Knight.
I like that.
With Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
the Batman movie, Joker. That is another perfect movie. Maybe one of the best villains ever.
I don't
would be
like it.
Heath Ledger's Joker. Yeah,
Really?
you're a retard.
I don't
think
like
it's
it
amazing.
because
Wait, you don't like
honestly,
the movie? You don't like the pick?
I don't like the pick because there's so many more better movies that are still out there. I'm shocked that all of my movies
Chef,
are still
like Chef would
out
be
there.
out there.
Yeah,
Chef.
What does
Chef
he
was
have
still
so
out
far?
there.
What do you have so far?
I have
Goonies?
Goonies,
Matrix.
Dark Knight's better than Goonies.
Fight Club, Goonies,
It's better than Fight Club.
Friday,
It's less dark.
in the Matrix. I'm winning.
Okay.
I don't think you're winning.
Yeah,
I don't think
all
you're
these
winning.
mindless
Dark
movies.
Knight's an unbelievable movie.
I was
it's crazy
winning
that
until
he's
I
even say that.
threw in Chef.
And I'm not a huge fucking Marvel guy and that shit and fucking superheroes.
Yeah, by
It's
the
a
way,
great fucking
let me
movie.
give
It's
you
a
a
great
little-
action movie.
All right.
Robberies.
So that's where
Go.
my bias is, right?
There's a
I
bit-
was never a comic book guy,
I'm not either.
and
neither.
and even when the movie started getting really popular, I never really got into it. Like Iron Man, it's good.
Yeah,
okay.
so I,
Starts and ends
listen,
there.
listen. If you, by the way, if you fucking bad brain, like every once in a while you'll listen to one of their episodes. It's like we get a half hour of like the multiverse, and I'm like, all right, I can fast forward through
Oh,
this.
yeah,
Like
it's
Nico's
bad,
like,
bad.
this guy was the fucking Hulk in this movie,
He's
but
like,
now
you
he's-
know where he's from. I'm like, no, we don't know where he's from.
He's
from
like,
the
he was the
13th
Silver
universe.
Surfer's
Yeah,
cousin.
yeah.
He's like, he was the Silver Surfer's
But
cousin.
he's huge into that.
Huge.
So
Wow.
He's a fucking loser.
It cracks me up that they're like wrestling, huge wrestling guys
Yeah.
and fucking Marvel guys.
Yeah,
Fucking
and then they're
just
trying to
cracks me
have
up.
honest conversations that they're mature people. Like that too. It's like,
yeah.
What are you talking about? Okay, so my next pick. This is like my honorable mention. Our honorable mention is going to be crazy because there's so many.
Oh, wait,
movies
real
I
quick.
think
Ben
Danny's
Franklin
fucked
Print
us here.
Company. The shirt's coming out in like a week.
Hell yeah.
Ben Franklin Print Co.com. They'll do whatever you need them to fucking print, and they'll do all your designs for you.
Anybody that got those wings yesterday got a Doobie's wing sticker on
From
their.
there, 978-624-7341. Tell me you're a corker, you get 10% off. Go ahead.
You get 10% off if you're a corker. That's good. That's good to know. I got some printing shit I
Yeah,
need done.
there you go.
I'm gonna say Danny. I'm gonna make it just a fucking
Danny's
Danny's bad
Draft
at
Sucks
drafts.
t-shirts.
Yeah. Draft day.
They'll
with,
sell.
Yeah,
Dude, is that
Draft
just play
day.
picks?
No,
Oh,
no,
that would've
no.
been a great one.
No, that's a terrible pick.
Would have been a great one.
I'm gonna go Boston movie. I put this
Mind
on.
that movie.
I
like that
fucking
movie.
love
I
Kevin
put
Costner's
this
a
movie on
dog.
all the time. I'm gonna take The Town. Give me The Town. I think it's the best Boston movie, especially rewatchability.
Stinks.
The Town.
Unbelievable.
Now, what
Actually,
was
it's-
lost in translation? Maybe we should talk about on the Patreon what Sean O'Brien said about when they were filming The Town and what Ben Affleck wanted to do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll do
know.
it
Oh,
on Patreon.
the local thing.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Town's. I love fucking action movies. I love Robin Banks because everyone wants to fucking lose themselves in it. You're falling in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
You know.
So honestly, this is where that movie belongs.
Yeah.
In a hangover movie
yeah.
draft.
Yeah,
not in a good movie draft.
I think there's
It's-
better Boston
Love that
movies.
fucking movie.
There's
Yeah,
better
yeah.
Boston
Departed.
movies yes, that movie. But in terms of a hangover, I would rather watch this than that movie.
Correct. I agree. This
Same
is
with,
where it
I
belongs.
think
This is
probably
where the
Mystic River
town.
might be one of the best movies in terms of Boston movies, but you can't put that
Unbelievable.
on.
Here's-
That's
all
not
right.
a hangover.
Kidnapped.
All right, I'm
Correct,
gonna
yes.
give you Mystic River's downfall.
Yeah.
A little slow.
They don't name
Sean
like
Penn.
where they are. Like they make a fake Charlestown.
It was
whatever.
yeah. So in the writer of the books
Look, I read the book.
did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He
Lehan,
made
whatever.
it like a Dennis
Dennis
Lehane.
Lehane,
yeah.
He made it like a
Lahani, I like to call him.
amalgamation of
Dennis?
all
Yeah.
the towns. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said it could be Everett, Somerville, Revere,
Yeah.
Charlestown, all of them. It's just a Boston.
Not a feel good film,
Yeah,
by the way.
no,
No, it's
not at all.
rough.
No.
His books, Gone Baby Gone, unfucking believable.
The Town's good because he gets
Town's
away.
action. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just fucking pure action.
Yeah.
It,
Dude,
this is
Dennis
where the
Lehane's-
town.
the
That's
movie,
where
they
she
made a
lives.
movie out of it with
Yeah, it
Tom
is. Yeah, it
Tom
is.
Hardy and what's his name? The guy who was who played Tony on The Sopranos.
James Gandolfini.
James Gandolfini. The Drop.
The Drop wasn't bad.
The Drop is a short story by him, and it's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Drop's a good
Like
movie.
Drop's a good
Yeah.
movie. All right, so go ahead. You got
That's it. That's my last one.
All right.
I went to Dark
Fitz,
Knight
you're
and
up.
Town to round it off.
All right,
And then we got voicemails.
I'm gonna go Back to the Future.
I like it.
I love it.
I don't
I was
get-
a Back to
There
the
is
Future
nothing.
fucking-
There's no reason for hangover movies. I don't get it. You You guys are all over the place. All over the place.
I know.
I don't understand.
Back to the Future. Is it a top 20? No, not to me. It's not a top 20.
me,
but,
it is.
But it's a good movie.
For me, it is because
It's not top 20 though.
dude, I could wake up at hungover 9 a.m. Right, all of a sudden I'm on TNT in 10 a.m. Back to the Future starts. I'm wasting 6 hours with commercials on 1, 2, and 3.
If you ever invite me back,
Doc Brown.
we should do a top cocksuckers draft because Biff's a cocksucker.
Oh,
Wow.
Biff's a cocksucker and a
Biff's
half.
also the POTUS right now. Biff is basically Trump, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
basically,
basically,
Biff is basically Trump.
They might have actually went back to the future and found out like what.
Yeah,
Trump
they
was
were like,
gonna be president. yeah, you might be right about that.
yeah.
Trump,
Dude,
imagine,
Fox-
like, imagine like Trump goes up to his next thing and you see that sports book. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Almanac, yeah, just get every fucking bet known to man.
Trump just gets out of DeLorean in front of the fucking White House.
Good guy.
Yeah.
all right, so I'm
Last
on my last.
pick.
I'm taking Rounders.
Oh, let's go.
Rounders is good.
That was on my
It's
list.
a great movie.
Yep.
I used to have that on VHS. Used to put it
I-
in, rewind it, watch it again.
Love Rounders. Famously, a lot of people know this about me. Played in the World Series of Poker because, like, when I was a senior in college, like, we started playing poker,
Bus.
and I'm like, I can't be losing to these fucking losers. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. So I got this book, like, on how to play poker, and I just got obsessed with
Yeah.
playing poker.
I think that's right in your age range.
100%. And I was
I
a Chris
was right there.
Moneymaker
I was-
fucking
No,
time.
yeah, Chris Moneymaker.
And I was-
Same dude. I was
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Dude, and I was fucking, I was good. That said, it was definitely like gonna like ruin my marriage if I kept doing it. Like I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, that was all. And you see these guys, you go to these games and they'll be like, these guys are losers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That movie was unbelievable, and it didn't. It was a slow burn in the theaters. I saw it in the theaters, and then it picked up fucking on VHS and everything
Yeah,
else,
yeah,
like
yeah.
on DVD or whatever. Beta, you know, like on that, picked up on Beta hard.
I don't know if it's a top 20 either.
It's for me.
I think it is.
It's for me.
If you put Matt Damon, Edward Norton, and John Malkovich in a movie,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't-
a good movie.
You can't miss.
Yeah,
I'll
Can't
splash
miss,
the
dude.
pot
Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah, yeah.
the man
fuck
his
I want.
money.
Yes.
yeah.
Paid that man.
His money.
Alligator blood. All right, Danny, you get your last pick.
John Turturro's in it. There's a lot of people in that.
Oh
movie.
yeah,
Danny's just
tomorrow.
gonna, Danny might
God.
protest and not make a pick. Here,
I
but-
honestly am very close, but I don't know. When you're hungover, not me per se, because I actually hate eating, but a lot of people like to eat
Yeah.
when they're hungover.
I don't either. Yeah.
And I just want to hate myself, go to jail, all that stuff. But I'm gonna end it with a food movie, and from my childhood, I'm gonna end it with Good Burger.
Good Burger. Hey, I like Good Burger because I did
I
rewatch
wanna-
it with my kid too.
It's
Not a
amazing.
bad movie.
It's a great
It's not a
flick.
bad movie.
It's great. It's a great flick. And you're just looking at that Mondo burger across the street, nice greasy, steroided burger.
I see the problem with that movie is like
Nothing to say,
rewatching it.
dude.
I
Who's
just
in
think
that?
about Dan
Keenan and
Schneider.
Kel.
Keenan and Kel. yeah.
Dan Schneider fucked Kel Mitchell. Like in real life,
He
probably
fucked a lot of people.
He fucked a lot of those people that were in that movie. Dan Schneider is a
Creepy.
1-1 fucking cocksucker.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he should be in jail.
I do like that movie though. I don't know if it's a hangover movie. If I'd put it under
What?
that.
So
37. What do you?
Oh, you
say?
guys,
37,
are close. Yeah. Oh, same
speaking
age.
speaking of VHS, dude, it was an orange VHS, by the way.
Yeah,
Was it?
all those old movies,
The
like the Rugrats
Nickelodeons,
movies.
yeah,
Yeah,
Nickelodeon
yeah.
movies, yep.
All right, we got voicemails.
Let's go.
You want to do
get
honorable
two.
mentions, or are we doing that on
No,
Patreon?
we'll do it on Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah, listen to Patreon, you fucks.
Put the cans on.
Oh fuck, I forgot.
Come on.
You
dude.
guys here?
Yeah.
Danny?
Nope.
Fuck.
No one has more headphone issues than you.
Never.
Like honestly,
Yeah.
like it's every time we're here, he fucks up the headphones.
I got in and out.
Oh, did he find the hole?
Nothing. Nope. I'm literally like that's all I can hear.
Wait, now I'm out.
Stay there.
You in?
I'm in.
You got it right now?
Good.
All right.
Pulling the cork. It's Joey Boats here. I have literally nothing to say. I'm just driving home right now. I'm about to ramble. I think I'm the authority in what's going on in the world of Trump recently. So there's a couple things, dude. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. I don't care how Republican you are. That's fucking bullshit. All right, it's the Gulf of Mexico, not my Gulf. I don't know if you guys remember back in the mid 2000s, there was this like semi-unironic push to change the name of French fries to
Freedom fries.
Yep.
And Americans know what's good, all right? Americans, rightly so, were like, you know what's gayer than France? Calling something freedom fries. So we didn't go for that. And he's also going for fucking, with the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, I guess he's like thinking about buying the Gaza Strip, which is the funniest thing ever because we're starting to treat like century-long religious conflicts the same way you treat two kids fighting over a toy in the back seat, just being like, you know what? Now no one's getting it. You know what I mean? Fucking drunk hangover movies. Anything boxing related, anything with when you're sitting with anxiety or whatever, you need a good cry. 42-1 on ESPN Plus about the Buster Douglas upset. That's a great one. That's something I always watch when I need a good cry. Also, anything with Nicolas Cage in it. Nicolas Cage, also known as Nicolas Coppola. For those of you guys unaffiliated, he's actually Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. Francis Ford Coppola, known for directing the first two Paddington movies. So, yeah, anything with Nicolas Cage, 42-1 on Netflix. Also, anybody looking to go to the movies soon, Companion, out of fucking nowhere. It was fantastic. Super Bowl, 28-27 Chiefs.
That didn't
Bad,
go well.
bad prediction.
Yeah. Joey, he just fucking ruined his whole voicemail with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, I
Dude,
mean,
that's good voicemail.
Yeah.
Joey Boats, when Joey
he's the
Boats leaves a
best.
voicemail, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
You gotta
like,
play it. You
yeah.
play that automatically.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. What a fuck. I can't believe I didn't think of that in my
Oh, I have so
Any of
many
his
on my
movies.
list from Nick Cage.
Face Off, fucking Gone in 60 Seconds.
I got
tough
both those
National
on my list.
Treasure. Oh,
National Treasure is an unbelievable movie.
that's one of those movies where if it's on TNT, you watch it.
You're watching it.
I'm a Nick Cage fan.
This is a tough follow for like a Joey Boats.
Al, Coach here. I just wanted to say it is inspirational that you are able to find all this time to put out such great content on social media and still be able to get in 7,000 plus calories a day and 1,500 steps. You are an inspiration, my man. Keep it up. Thank you.
Fucking-
That's Brian.
All right, we're going to Patreon.
You go from the biggest lightning rod to the biggest zero.
No jump.
No jump.
No jump.
He's
huh?
busy. I guess he's busy.
Yeah, he's busy.
You know?
Yeah, he's busy
Yep.
clapping.
By the
away.
way,
he's the
Jump-
reason that earthquake came.
Jump-
He's the reason that earthquake came to Massachusetts. I
Jump
just heard he
Down's gonna, like,
clapped.
clap,
Fucking-
yeah.
Jump Town's gonna immediately text tomorrow and be like, "When do you don't put up the fucking? I don't know when to leave a voicemail." I'm like, "Dude, I put it up every week." Like, you know what I mean?
Anytime.
Why doesn't he just fucking leave it
The
every
lines-
single?
yeah,
He knows
the
you guys
lines-
record on Sundays. He
The
should just
line's
leave it on
always
Thursday.
open. It doesn't
It
shut
doesn't
down.
open.
Yeah.
Doesn't open
shut
up.
down.
By the way, I got a humidor and I got the MB Fumas.
Yeah.
Mostly so that I can at some point do like an Al impression where I'm like, kid,
Yeah.
these things,
Dude,
kid,
sick glasses
kid,
too.
these things.
I can't wait to see
These
Brendan
things,
with
kid.
sick
I'll give you
glasses.
some glasses.
Kid,
I'll
these
give you some
things-
glasses.
Those
They
fucking
have
Ace
taste.
Ross
They got
skins, kid.
flavor.
Yeah.
These things have flavor, kid.
Yeah.
A lot of these don't have flavor. The little short sticks, the dog walkers, they don't have flavor, right?
They don't.
But these got them. And my guy has the fucking. They got the packaging.
Yeah.
The packaging is fucking sick.
You've been doing this in the mirror, haven't you?
I've
Yes,
been beating off doing this
Doing it,
at the
yeah.
same time.
Maduro guy.
Yeah, Maduro guy.
a big
all right,
Maduro
listen to Bad Brain if you want to like, auto asphyxiate. And
Kill
fucking-
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever that is, and kill yourself.
I would say don't listen to it.
I say don't do it.
I'm just kidding. It's
That's-
good. It's
that's funny.
honestly, it's entertaining.
Did you
because
see the drama this week?
No, I didn't. Dude, I'm behind on your podcast.
Yeah, that's
because
a good
it's so
place to
bad.
be. Yeah, I know it's that bad.
But no, honestly, I get a kick out of it because it's so similar to like family drama with all the cousins involved. It's fucking hilarious.
It is great.
Dude,
Well,
the
it
drama this
makes me
week is
laugh.
that somebody texted Al being like, "You should just join pulling the cork. They have a rocket ship
Oh,
on
I
their
did see-
back."
Yeah,
I
the
did
rocket
see-
he's
yeah, I
like,
did
he's
see-
like,
yeah,
and Mark
yeah.
Lewis. I told him also to
And
go on his own.
Justin's there with a huge lip, and he's like, "Go ahead, do it."
Do it. You think you're a superstar, anyways? It's like I'm like, and this like lined up so perfectly that I'm on this podcast this week. Like I just love it, dude.
Go ahead.
I posted on the voicemail. I'm like, Al, relax your time. I was on this week, and he was like superstar. Like he was
Yeah,
like so
he's so bad.
fucking annoyed. All right, we love you. We'll see you. Peace. Bye.